Welcome back to Splice and Splatter, the film podcast presented by us. We're classic horror.
Meets modern gore.
And it's our holiday special. It's our first special recording from our own homes. So, welcome to our respective crypts.
I know. Welcome. Our little caves. It feels so weird, but
It's
also we've been
very
chatting for a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
It's maybe your first time with us in this setup, but it's not our first time with us in this setup. But it is like the combination of it looking so similar while feeling so different is like very disorienting.
I'm sure everyone listening to is probably like, I hear nothing different. Good.
Yeah, that's the goal. We're using the
You
same
shouldn't
mics.
Notice anything.
We're using the same processes, so it should sound identical. But yeah, it's we're back. Oh my gosh, so many technical things had to happen in such a short span of time to make this happen, but we did it.
Should we? I want to like kind of let people know. Because I feel like I'm very proud of us. Like it's only been 2 weeks, I think, since I moved across the country. Everybody.
Al's in a different state now. Different state of mind, different state of being.
Truly.
Different state of body. All of the states.
Truly. I'm so disoriented, like still unpacking. The room that I'm currently in is we've like 3 bedrooms now, which is like what a luxury. But one of them is the closet. So I'm like in the closet. I'm staring at my clothes. There's like bins everywhere.
The sheer irony that Splice and Splatter sent you back into the closet, Al.
No! Shame on all of you. How dare you?
Incredible. The last thing any of us expected
back in the
to
closet
happen.
going into 2026. But go ahead.
God, I just had the worst joke. Well, so on my side, I'm recording from the attic, so there's plenty
You're
of
just
jokes.
haunting.
Yeah, truly, I'm haunting the space. You're probably gonna see my black cat come in and out of the recording at some point because this is her bedroom. Nobody else is allowed in the attic. Usually, Theodore rules it with an iron paw.
Theo.
She's very excited and very confused about her space being utilized for other things.
She's gonna be our third co-host eventually.
Truly.
We'll get her a little headset and a little mic, and she can just do her little meow corners.
Honestly, she film theory meow corner.
Yes,
I'm obsessed.
Yes,
she's just got like a little pile of catnip in front of her.
Listen, same,
just like me. Yeah,
but yeah, it's been 2 weeks for us. We for those of you currently watching us and not listening, we have our curtains, we have our lighting, we now have headphones on, which we've had these since the entirety of recording the podcast. Didn't realize we did not need them. But now they're coming in handy.
And honestly, can I say that is the single thing that is disorienting me the most is having the headphones on. I'm like,
oh my gosh, I have to have one ear off. I have to be able to hear my human self.
That's wise.
So bless anyone who has a podcast listening who has had to do headphones this whole time.
I don't know how y'all did it. It's going to take a long time for me to get used to this.
But yeah, thanks to everyone for hanging out with us while we do this first one. I'm excited. This was a good pairing for us to jump back into, considering all the chaos that is the holidays right now, and moving and change and everything.
Well, and also, like, I know we were worried that, like, we kind of felt like we were starting... I don't know if you felt this as much as I did, but I was worried that we were starting to run out of holiday horror movies. And boy, oh boy, did these two get me in the spirit, at least.
I was going to say, should we address the snowman in the room? I had to change. So if you listened, we always like to give you guys, if you make it as far enough, to give you our films for the next episode. We were going to do Silent Night from 2012.
Which I actually, ironically, have a couple little tiny facts about it.
So those are all the facts that exist online.
Great.
That movie has nothing. So once we didn't look, I should say I didn't look. I thought I had understood the assignment back when we did All Cheerleaders Must Die. We learned there were not a lot of facts. So started research, was like, holy shit, there's nothing. And then I told Siena, let's do Violent Night with David Harbour because like Stranger Things Part 2 is coming out, yada yada yada.
Well,
started doing research.
To your credit, I saw a lot of articles. Okay, so like Silent Night, the 2012 one that we were going to cover, is a loose adaptation of Silent Night, Deadly Night, 1984, the one that I'm covering. And at the time that was released in 2012, or like just after it, because I think
Mhm.
that and Violent Night came out like a year apart or so. There were articles that I read that referenced both of them and were talking about Violent Night as if it
Oh.
were a horror
A
film,
horror
which
movie.
was the
Yeah.
impression we were under.
Yeah. So started the note. So thank you for making me feel better.
You're
I
welcome.
had always assumed because of the name, not only saying violent, but again, being kind of like a Silent Night ripoff, essentially,
And the way it's
did some research.
advertised, it's very much
Truly.
like presented as a
Truly.
horror movie.
Yeah. No.
It's not.
Liars. It's not. So it was like a comedy action movie. And so I started my notes, had to stop, and then I was like, Siena. What do I do? Like, do I have nothing? Do I look for something else? And then I remembered Jack Frost. Thank fuck. And
Thank God you did.
oh my God,
I
I'm so excited to talk about this one. Did
can I
you, yeah, should we jump
I'll
into like reactions to
reactions.
these
I think we
movies?
have to. And I'll just start out by saying that I think this is the first time since Friday the 13th, actually, and there's a lot of parallels between
Mm.
my film and Friday the 13th, that
Oh.
I've liked your film better than mine.
Yeah, it's
And
true. It like never happens.
yeah, it never happens.
Because we picked the ones that we're most excited about. So like
Absolutely.
naturally.
And like I was excited for Silent Night Deadly Night. And like
Mhm. Me too.
what I ended up finding was that at least my personal experience was that
Mhm.
the background of the film and the things that happened around it and the research behind it was a lot more interesting than the film itself.
Sure.
Um,
Sure.
but I also don't know how much of that is because I watched mine after I watched yours. I watched yours first, and yours is just
So
so
bonkers.
bonkers that like nothing else could possibly be as entertaining. Like, and I'm
I
not
and
saying it's good,
oh
but
no, let's be clear here.
let's be
Not
very
good.
clear. Jack Frost is not a good movie, but
No.
it's absolutely so bad it's good.
And that is the feedback of this movie. And yeah, I think same. Like I was more excited about Silent Night Deadly Night because I feel like it's so notorious when people talk about
Yeah,
holiday movies. It just comes up everywhere. And I think both of these are an example of like so bad they're
it's
good.
good. Yeah,
But Jack
absolutely.
Frost, man, just goes that extra bonkersness, and the behind the scenes making of and the director and everything makes it even better
I
and
am
will make you love it more.
so curious because I saw that it's like a direct to video.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yes.
like for direct to video, there were some scenes that looked so expensive and
Sure.
some scenes that are like, okay, so they just fully ran out of money by this point. Oh, there's our
Oh
first
yeah.
Theodore appearance. Here she is. She's
Theo.
on mic. Do you want to contribute
Oh my
anything to the
gosh.
conversation?
She's just a
No,
little
she's
void
mic
with an
shy.
eyeball.
Yeah, that's my girl.
Oh my
So if y'all
goodness.
hear me like kissing off frame, that's what's going on. I'm gonna try and contain myself, but this little black void with eyeballs
Yeah,
is
keep the to a
distracting.
minimum.
Yeah.
Um,
So apologies if I do that. I'm gonna try not to.
no, we love a Theo cameo. I'm so excited. The dogs are locked out of here because Mabel would be jumping up and
Yep.
crying and trying to lick me and play. So Bean would be fast asleep. We'd be hearing snores, and then Mabel would just be like,
Oh.
"Play with me." So
Okay, I do love a dog snore though. Oh my
you
god,
can
you
see
just
Theo
saw her
leave.
open the curtains. That's so funny.
So cute. I was gonna say, speaking of direct to video, kind of kicking
Yes.
off, I know you're going first. Um, both of these films, we haven't seen either of these, correct? Neither of us have seen neither
No.
of these. Oh.
And I know we both, and Dana had the same reaction. We both recognized the cover of Jack Frost. Like it's
Yes.
both of
Yes.
these have iconic posters. Like
Yeah,
the
truly.
imagery around them is on point and extremely memorable.
Yeah.
But I knew absolutely nothing about what the film was about, and I was worried during the first 10 minutes of it that I was watching the wrong movie.
I thought with
Um,
yours too. I had a triple check. I had a
yeah.
triple
It's
check.
well, especially both of these start weird. It's
Yeah, I was gonna say we should get into it because yeah,
Let's
both of
get
ours
into it.
start with we'll keep a pin in the cover because we will talk about it, and then
Good.
keep a pin also in openings because yeah, they both
Fantastic.
open with creepy little girl voices. Obviously, yours is
Mhm.
an actual little girl, mine is not,
Right.
but
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm so curious what that voice was in yours because
Oh,
it's so obviously
we
not a
will talk about
child.
it. So
Fantastic.
obvious. It's atrocious.
It really sets a tone.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
the
decide
tone.
what tone it is, but it is a tone,
The
and it is the
just the
tone.
tone.
Whereas mine very much starts on like how do we even describe this? It almost feels like an after school special about like
It
the
does.
dangers of like witnessing violence at a young age.
Yeah.
Although also, can I just say, the grandpa was the scariest thing in the movie to me.
Terrifying.
He's so frightening, right?
Terrifying.
So this film,
thank you.
oh my god. So like the basic premise of Silent Night Deadly Night, if you haven't seen it, and I don't think this is really spoiling anything. Obviously we do spoilers, but like the
Yeah.
idea is that young Billy witnesses the murder of his parents on Christmas Eve in the middle of a carjacking gone wrong by a guy dressed as Santa Claus. However, before that happens, there's this incredibly weird scene where Billy and his family go visit Grandpa, who is in some kind of an assisted care facility and is nonverbal according to the parents. And he's just kind of staring off into space, and then the parents like get up to go to the bathroom or something, and little Billy is left alone with Grandpa, and Grandpa suddenly turns to him and gives this like direct to Billy address
Terrifying.
all about how Christmas Eve is the scariest night on the planet, and you're gonna get punished by Santa Claus if you're bad. Like he's like Grandpa is the spirit of Krampus in this movie.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That man is possessed by Krampus. And
Yeah.
I have to admit that I had a particularly strong reaction to this because my grandma pulled the pretending to be nonverbal except around the grandchildren shit. So she would not address my parents and would just like stare directly into space. And then when I came to visit her, she'd be like, "Is that my granddaughter?" So watching this scene, I was like, "Oh my god, it's too
You're like,
real.
this is my experience.
This is my
also,
experience."
She was like, I'm gonna set boundaries.
Yeah.
in the way that I want to. In the only way I know how.
She really knew what she was doing those last few years of her life to Grandma Nita. But
so
anyway,
funny.
So that was my little personal tidbit going into the viewing.
Terrifying.
I don't have a proper tidbit, but I do have so many taglines to lead us in with.
Great, because I only have one. So let's
I'm
hop
shocked by that. I would expect Jack Frost to be nothing but tag, especially for a movie that is so full of bad Christmas puns.
Oh,
like
the worst kind.
The worst Christmas puns. Painful.
Yeah, they went hard. Like, even for us, coming from us, that's really.
I know. I was watching it and I was like, "Is this what it's like for other people to like have to interact with me? Like, this is miserable."
This is listen. That was we basically got to listen to the podcast.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, y'all. Okay, so Silent Night, Deadly Night, 1984 taglines. So the first one is the longest. It's far too long. It's multiple sentences. So get settled. We're gonna be here for a while.
Yeah, get to tea.
If Nightmare on Elm Street gave you sleepless nights, or if Halloween made you jump in every shadow, or if Friday the 13th was more frightening than the others, then beware.
That's it. Okay, we're just gonna end.
That's it. Yeah, you expect there to be some kind of a button on it.
Not watch
beware.
out.
No,
not watch out, which is like what I don't know. Is there a Christmas song that says something about watching out? There's one somewhere. Yikes. Yikes.
So
okay.
Maybe the worst tagline we've had on the podcast so far. Especially, I'm also just like the Friday the 13th was more frightening than the others. Like at least the others kind of are plays off the themes of the horror movies they're talking about. That one just doesn't even make sense to me. Like, you're so lazy, tagline writers.
Yeah,
what happened?
They were like, our title's really long. We have to do a really long tagline now.
Guess.
Just make it up. I don't know. Just pull some movies.
Then, and this is a preview of things to come, shocking, disturbing, the movie they tried to ban. Because we are going to talk more about the distribution of this film than any other part of the filmmaking process, and more than any other film that I've covered on the podcast by far. Like, my distro section is like a quarter of my notes. It's wild.
Shit.
So put a pin in that. We have a lot to
Mhm.
talk about. We'll get there. And I suspect that that is the reason that a lot of our listeners have been asking us to cover Silent Night, Deadly Night, because it's been
Ah,
one of our most requested over the past couple of years. And I think it's largely because of what happened when the film was released. So
got it.
that's, yeah, there's your little tagline tee up for that.
Yes.
Then we have He Knows When You've Been Naughty, which, you
Sure.
know,
They all have
serviceable,
that, I
makes
swear.
sense. Yeah, I think every Christmas horror movie ever has used that. Then two more. And I love both of these.
Yay,
Um,
okay.
one is You've made it through Halloween. Now try and survive Christmas.
Okay. I
Like,
like that one.
that's
I like
good.
that. That's
That's good.
perfect.
Yeah, it sums it up. It gives me the cheesy atmosphere. I feel
Yes,
like I know what I'm going into. And
absolutely.
then, last but not least, the shortest, just Santa's here, and that's it.
Ew.
Which I
It's very
love.
it's very like a poltergeist. I like
Yeah,
that.
like
Yeah. Santa's here. Is it
it's
dot
not a
dot
very
dot?
no, just it's an
Uh,
exclamation mark, in fact. Santa's here.
oh. Oh God.
Yeah, get excited. He's coming down to
Santa's
deliver the
here.
bags.
He's
Yeah.
here.
And I also have an alternate title because this film started out under the title Sleigh Ride. Sleigh is in like
Slay.
sleigh. Yeah.
Slay.
More on Sleigh Ride soon.
Okay.
So put a pin in that. There's like a weird apocryphal story surrounding that title that we're gonna get to.
Okay.
So leading us into the film proper, this is directed by one Charles E. Sellier Jr. Um,
Great name.
it's a great name. This film is full of incredible names. Like, let me find. Oh my gosh, what is the cinematographer's name? The name of the cinematographer cracked me up so intensely. Henning Schellerup.
Whoa.
Schellerup.
I don't even know where that sheller up, baby.
Schellerup, baby.
That is incredible.
It's great.
Oh,
Yeah. So we have Sellier and Schellerup.
wow.
So let's talk about Charles E. Sellier Jr. He
Yes.
is a fascinating character, but less because of his directing work than because of what he did as a writer and indie producer. So
Ooh.
this was his second feature as director after 1979's Encounter with Disaster, so 5 years
Okay.
before this film comes out. And he did make a few other films. He also directed an episode of TV. I think he's got like about 6 directing credits total, something like that. Um, but none of them are as recognizable as this. This is the
Sure.
film as director that he's most known for.
Mm-hmm.
However, on the writing and producing side, he was the creator of the Grizzly Adams series.
Oh,
Um,
whoa.
and goes on in addition to like starting the Grizzly Adams series and then making a whole bunch of the like TV movies of Grizzly Adams,
Yeah.
goes on to do like a whole bunch of religious TV shows.
Ooh,
um
well, that
yeah.
makes sense.
Oh, it's gonna get so weird. Like he's doing things with titles like Ancient Secrets of the Bible and Miracles and Other Wonders, and I'm like,
Oh gosh.
from the guy who did Silent Night Deadly Night. It's
I
fascinating.
mean, if this movie basically wasn't propaganda, that if you
Oh,
don't love God, you
absolutely.
die.
Absolute
You have
punish,
sex, yeah.
punish.
Punish, naughty, naughty.
Naughty, naughty. So let's see. On the producing side, though, he has 73 credits.
Holy shit.
Um, Extremely prolific producer.
Wow.
And the reason why actually really interested me because Charles Sellier Jr. was an early adapter of two processes that have become extremely important in distribution today.
Ooh.
One of them was concept focus testing. So, way before studios were
Oh,
doing this, he was somebody who would, before writing a script, start by getting a focus group together and saying, what do you
amazing.
think of this idea? So,
Yeah.
in that sense, he's extremely ahead of the time. He also four walls a lot of his films, which is, do you know what four walling is?
It sounds vaguely familiar.
So,
Remind us all.
as a little reminder for y'all, four walling is basically typically how film distro to theaters works is that there's like a sales agent or somebody who works for the distributor who is reaching out to theaters and making
Yes,
booking
yes, yes.
agreements with the theaters. What happens when a film is four walled instead is that the filmmaker or the producer or whoever is the person from the project who's kind of in charge of leading the distro, um,
Mm-hmm.
goes out to individual theaters directly and rents the theaters for usually a short span of
Ah,
time, usually a week or under, and then they keep all of the ticket profits. So it was an early way, actually, for indie movies to start actually holding on to more of the ticket proceeds.
sure.
And theaters were not super opposed to it because, as we all know, movie theaters mostly make their profits off of popcorn, and they're not
Yep,
taking the
yep.
popcorn. So, like,
No.
it's a good kind of route
Amazing.
for smaller films to actually get onto the big screen. So in both of these ways, Charles E. Sellier Jr. is kind of putting his finger on the pulse of something that's not going to
Amazing.
be the way the film industry works for several decades. And in fact,
Wow.
I brought in a quote that totally blew my mind from this guy 10 years before directing Silent Night,
Wow.
Deadly Night. In
Okay.
1974, he gives an interview where he says, quote, about the production company that he's working for,
Mm-hmm.
quote, "We are the only ones in the business to use computers. It tells us how much we can spend, who our potential audience is, what time of year is best to release a movie, and what to expect in grosses from different theaters in an area." And in case it's not immediately
That's
apparent how wild that is, in
crazy.
1974, there were not computers in the White House. The White House didn't get
Right.
computers until
That's
1978. So 4 years
that's
before the
wild.
president adopts
And they
computers.
were like rooms back then. It's not like it was a computer. It was
Exactly.
a room. It
It
was
was
a
a
wall.
room. And again, we're talking about an indie distributor. He's not
That's
somebody with like
insane.
giant budgets, but he's like, computers are the future. And boy, was he right. So,
Yeah.
again, just like not somebody who's well known for his directing work, but clearly somebody who had a really good sense of where the industry was going, even if he was maybe
Wow.
like kind of too ahead of his time to
Sure.
really hit the big
On
time off of it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, our cast, we have Liliane Chauvin as Mother Superior.
Mm.
She's a French actress. You hear little bits of the accent come out. And she had 158 credits
Jesus
over the
Christ.
course of more than 50 years.
Wow.
She was on Alfred Hitchcock Presents. She's Irene in
Wow.
Predator 2. She's Mrs. Devereaux in Universal Soldier. She's the medium in The Man Who Wasn't There, and she does a whole bunch of guest roles on shows like Ugly
Mhm.
Betty, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
like, her face might be familiar as a character actor. And we have, of course, introducing Robert Brian Wilson as 18-year-old Billy. I looked
Mm.
it up, and Robert himself, I think, would have been around 21 at the time of the film.
Okay.
This is his
Oh,
first
wow.
screen role. But he goes on to play Channing on the show Santa Barbara, Tony on Dynasty, Brad on Generations. So he very quickly becomes like a soap opera guy.
Okay.
Um, then we have Gilmer McCormick as Sister Margaret. She's Lily in Slaughterhouse Five.
Nice.
Gilmer, wonder where they got that name
I
from. In the musical Godspell, and has kind of like a decently beefy career by the time she gets to this project. We have Tony Nero as Pamela. She's Terry in Knight Rider, Barbara on No Dead Horses, and Marcia in TJ Hooker. All things that I have not heard of, but
Yeah,
they
yeah,
seem
yeah.
to have run
That's a
for a
lot
lot
of
of episodes.
yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they mean something to somebody out there. And rounding out the cast, we have Scream Queen Linnea Quigley as Denise, who I believe was at Morgan Crypt with us one year. I
Oh my
want to
god, yeah,
say,
the name
yeah.
sounds really familiar.
Hmm.
Oh
She's the
shit.
one who gets impaled by antlers in this film.
Truly
Incredible
one of my
shot.
favorite visuals in a horror movie, like,
Yeah.
ever,
It's
I might
it's
say.
really good. Again, like,
It's amazing,
both of these films
actually.
just have visual moments that are like, you have no right to be that pretty. Like, why are
That
you that
yeah,
pretty?
more people
Um,
need to talk about that moment and that,
yeah.
like, still of her on there. It's
Hmm. It's
incredible.
glorious.
Incredible.
So, Scream Queen Lene, what else has she been
Mhm.
in? She's Trash in Return of the Living Dead. Um, mhm. Suzanne in Night of the Demons, Nadine in Pumpkinhead 2, and Dolores in Graduation Day. So yeah,
Ah,
very much a horror queen.
I just
Um,
watched Night of the Demons too, which
oh my
is
gosh.
finally and it's so incredible, we have to talk about it, but I didn't
I
realize that I have to, like, rewatch now knowing that
Oh,
was
that's so
her.
cool. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but it has been on my list. Um, and writers, we once again have two writers, a writer and a rewriter, as is so often the case in
Mhm.
Hollywood. First up, we have Paul Kamey, who you will see credited in a lot of places as the author of a book called Sleigh Ride. Sleigh Ride.
Yes.
This book does not exist. This never
Oh.
happened. This book was never written. It's not a thing. It dates back to apparently a Fangoria interview, I believe, like a Fangoria
Oh.
audio interview that director Charles E. Sellier Jr. gave like a decade and a half after the film's release, where he said that it was based on a Paul Kamey book. Paul Kamey has not written a book. If you look this book up, you will not find copies of it. It does not exist.
That's amazing.
It's so fascinating. What he did write that does exist was a draft screenplay called He Sees You When You're Sleeping, which he writes while he's in school at Harvard University.
Oh my God. Bro, what are you doing with your life?
I know. I'm like, and I've
horror.
seen in multiple places it says that he wrote this for a class, and I'm like, I'm desperately want to know what the teacher feedback on the script was.
Truly.
Desperately. So because of this, he goes on to get like characters by or based on a story by credits on all of the future like installations and remakes of this film, which we'll talk more about later.
Okay.
But they basically only take the skeleton of his work, and we're going to talk more about that as we get into the writing. Next up, we have Michael Hickey, who also gets like based on credits for all of the remakes, all of that stuff. But the only things on his IMDb are this film, the based on credits for the remakes, and a random additional crew credit from a 1988 movie called Tusks, which I was like, what? Who is this guy? What has he done? And so I went down a weird rabbit hole. I don't know how this happened, but the guy who wrote this script had some sort of an integral role in the restoration of Hitchcock's Vertigo.
Whoa.
I have zero understanding of how or why that happened, but kind of
passion projects? Like
I guess like it's really fascinating career. So how does this come to be? What happens?
Truly.
What are you doing, guys? It's a very kind of top-down development story. So we have this guy named Scott Schneed. Again, the names in this episode, incredible.
Schneedley from School Rock, yes.
So good. So Mr. Schneed is at the William Morris Agency.
Yes.
And he, for some reason, reads Kamey's screenplay. Apparently because Scott Schneed is also a Harvard alum. And it sounds like somehow this like student screenplay gets sent along to him. I'm very confused about how this happens. Weird time in the industry, but somehow this like non-industry college student screenplay gets sent to him, and he's like, now there's something interesting in here. And I've got a quote from Scott. I'm sorry to bring in a producer quote. That's a really good example of why I don't like to bring in a producer quote, because he's terrible. But so here's his quote. He says, I loved the idea of a Santa slasher. Thought it had incredible commercial potential given what was going on in the horror genre at the time. So he made a deal with Paul and optioned his script, which is why he ended up with a story credit. However, other than the one sentence idea of a killer Santa, there was nothing in Paul's script that I wanted to use.
Okay, what did you contribute?
I know. Oh, we're gonna get to what Scott thinks he contributed. So Scott and fellow producer Dennis Whitehead decide to reboot the idea together. They're like, we're gonna break it down to just that one sentence killer Santa and recreate it. And allegedly, according to Scott and Dennis, I don't know whether we believe them or not, but they're the ones who came up with.
I'm gonna choose not to.
I know. I don't believe them just purely on the basis of them being producers. I'm sorry. You're a producer, you're lying.
We're never having a producer on this show.
I am a producer. I don't know why I'm saying things like this. But
like, so what did you do?
But really, what did you actually do?
But like, no.
Yeah. So, let's see, where did I get to in my notes? So they're allegedly the ones who come up with all of Billy's traumatic backstory. So the Christmas murder, the orphanage upbringing, all of that is apparently theirs. And sorry, I just got like a Theodore piece of fur in my mouth.
It's okay. I coughed at the same time, so great.
Fantastic. Love that. We're doing so great. So only after coming up with this new background do they bring
Okay.
on Michael Hickey to do the rewrite.
Got
But
it.
they can't initially pay him to do a full rewrite, so they have Michael do a 30-page
No.
treatment called Sleigh Ride. I'm guessing this is
Got
part
it.
of where the apocryphal book name comes from, but again, like nothing Paul
Sure.
Kamey wrote ever had the name Sleigh Ride.
Yeah.
It
Weird.
just
Okay.
doesn't exist.
So weird.
So the producers then take that 30-page treatment, use that to fundraise enough to pay Michael the WGA minimum to expand that treatment into a full screenplay length. And according to Hickey, he's super inspired by The Shining for the idea of the psychological deterioration of the main character.
Oh, okay.
That sense of Jack's kind of journey into madness over the
Sure.
course of the film. And, The Shining would have come out 4 years beforehand at the time this film is released, so it's still
Oh,
very
wow.
fresh at the time. So we've got a script. Now producers Scott and Dennis have to raise the actual production budget. And how do they do this? Well, Dennis's brother knows a guy who knows a guy who's working for a different production company, puts them in touch with this dude, Ira Barmack, which I believe is why the toy shop is named Ira's Toys.
Okay. Love.
So Ira had just gotten a production deal to make a couple of low-budget movies for TriStar, which was brand new. I think it was officially founded, I want to say in 1982. Don't quote me on that, but like it's extremely fresh at the time. And I had forgotten that TriStar, the three companies that make up TriStar, are CBS, HBO, and one Coca-Cola, which is going to become extremely... Yeah, so did I. And that becomes extremely interesting once we get into the controversy of this movie, given that Coca-Cola famously has a huge yearly advertising campaign involving Santa Claus.
Oh my God. Yes. So
yes.
infamous. Oh no. Oh no.
So
that's why they switched to polar bears.
Truly. Honestly, what year did that happen?
Travis,
look it up for us.
And that was the moment this movie
When did the polar bear commercials start?
The trajectory of Coca-Cola
history. That's hilarious. But yeah, so
funny.
Put a pin in Coca-Cola. That's going to be an interesting point coming up later.
Oh my God, I love that.
And so in order to get the film funded through Ira's TriStar deal, Scott and Dennis basically signed away most of their EP rights while retaining the title of EPs, which, as they say, leaves them quote-unquote frozen out of the franchise. Boo-hoo. Scott later buys the rights back in 2019 after Ira dies. Travis says Polar Bears came in 1993. Interesting. So it is after...
Yeah, in my head it's canon. So.
Yes, we're deciding. We're deciding that this changed the course of Coca-Cola history. So, unsurprisingly, a producer of Grizzly Adams movies and later religious TV shows was not the top choice for director. However, the top choices that they were looking at are also super weird. According to a book by an author named Matthew Dupay, who was a major source for this episode, he has this book called A Scary Little Christmas, A History of Yuletide Horror Films that was extremely helpful.
Oh, cool.
So highly recommend that. Did you just hear Theo meow?
She was like, yeah.
Yeah, she's cheering. Shush, we're recording. So he, according to this book by Matthew Dupay, the top names that the producers were tossing around included the director of the film Purple Rain, which...
Oh, wow.
Why? Why?
I've never seen that movie.
But I haven't either, but I'm like a Prince musical directing Silent Night, Deadly Night. I don't see the vision.
I mean,
so that's one top choice. Another top choice is a TV director who's done Magnum PI and The Love Boat. And the third top choice they have is the man who goes on several decades later to direct Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Oh my gosh.
It's just
to think
weird
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants from the director of Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Imagine, like I almost want to see that version.
Silent Sister, Deadly
Jesus
Sister.
Christ.
Deadly Pants.
Deadly Pants. Silent Sister, Deadly Pants.
Or Silent Pants, Deadly Sister. I don't know. Whatever you want.
Which is more intimidating. Honestly, they're both pretty unnerving.
That's so funny. Random. So they were just like, anybody, please.
Yeah, I could not find any information on why they thought these were the best choices, but that's who they were wanting.
Yeah.
It really paints a picture of a team that like hasn't done this before and doesn't really
have a
understand
vision.
horror. Yeah. But anyway, we have director Selyev gets brought on board, and he at the time his the company that I brought in the quote about where he was talking about like, oh, we're using computers, he's moved on from that company by this point, but that company through which he was doing Grizzly Adams and all this stuff is headquartered in Utah, and so this film too shoots in Utah. Specifically in Heber City, which is about 40 something miles southwest of Salt Lake City.
Okay.
And it shoots for almost exactly 1 month, which is pretty short for a film like this. From late March into late April. Which, as you can imagine, is not the right time of year to shoot this film. And we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that too.
I imagine. Both of these films have the fakest looking fake snow.
Oh,
it's really something.
Truly.
Do you want to take a guess at the budget of this film? I feel like both of these,
they have
just
to be
like
I know, I don't
anybody's
want, like,
guess.
Spoil mine, but I feel like we could guess. Is it like $500,000?
It's really close. Yeah, it's $750.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Is yours $500,000? That would make sense.
It was It's like
somewhere in that range.
Story.
I can only imagine. Yeah, it very much felt like your film like started out with one budget and ended with another.
Oh, absolutely.
Great, fantastic.
Absolutely.
So $750K.
Yeah, that feels right for
like
the
thinking about the kind of low budget horror that was coming out at this time that was trying to play off of like your Friday the 13th, your Halloweens, your Nightmare on Elm Street, which put a pin in Nightmare on Elm Street. It's going to go on to play a much bigger role in the latter half of this. I know. I'm sorry. There's so many pins. It's because
I was going to say
this is like such a
cushion.
It's such a backloaded story. Like all of the interesting stuff happens once it comes out. So like we're going to get there. But we're in Utah. It's the spring. Because of the time of year this is filmed, they start with all of the exterior work and kind of like work inwards so that they can try and get as much snow as they can before it melts. Right. I've never heard of crews doing this before because like we have fake snow. That's like a thing that has existed for films for a long time. I know we talked about it last Christmas special for Black Christmas, the fact that they were using like I think it was asbestos for fake snow, like something very dangerous.
I forgot about that.
And this film does not use asbestos, but instead what they do is they have crew go up on the roof of IRAs and just start tossing plastic snowflakes off. Like plastic snowflakes.
As if anyone's gonna catch the snowflake and be like, look at all the snowflakes.
Yeah, I'm like, so your snow is going to make a subtle but distinctive thunk when it lands.
Also, I was gonna say
like yeah, exactly. Also like that falls very differently than a snowflake does because it has weight to it. Like what are we talking about? So
I thought Jack Frost was bad, but that's bad.
That's really next level. Yeah. Plastic snowflakes just being scattered.
They just have
by
6
hand.
that they have to run up and like pick up and drop back down again.
Yeah, they're like, okay, everybody, that was great. Let's grab the snowflakes. Let's
grab them again. Collect them up. Come on.
Like the leaves in Halloween. Having to like rake them up and rescatter
Don't
them
remind
every
me.
time.
Don't remind me about the lack of Halloween atmosphere in Halloween. We also have the lack of Christmas in these.
It's truly the Christmas version of the pumpkin being a South American gourd. Like it is that.
Boy, oh boy.
So the Iris Toys building was a real location, which also, so at the time it was a vacant former hardware store, so it wasn't a toy store.
Okay.
But it still exists today. It is now a CrossFit studio called The Mountain Gym. And it's so, the weird thing is though, I have like a side-by-side that I'll do for socials. It looks identical from the outside. Like the sign has changed. Nothing else has. Obviously the interior looks different, but like you put them next to each other and it's like not a day has passed.
Oh.
It's very weird,
Oh,
which
I
I
love
love.
that. Yeah.
So
Okay.
if you're living in Haber, Utah, you can go take a look at the former site of Ira's Toys.
I don't think many people in Utah watch horror movies.
Or listen to us talk about them,
Yeah,
probably. I'm sure we
no.
have like 1 or 2 Utah listeners, but like it's definitely not our
bet
prime
we have
demographic.
None.
Utah
That's so
listeners,
funny.
shout us out if you exist. All right, so our cinematographer, the incredibly named Henning Schellerup.
Amazing.
I just, God, it. So many of the names in this film feel like they're porn star names, like, and Schellerup, top of the list.
Yeah.
So he knew the director because he'd done the Life and Times of Grizzly Adams.
Right.
He had also shot the TV version of Last of the Mohicans.
Oh.
But the most interesting thing about Schellerup, besides his name, is that he was the second unit cam op for Nightmare on Elm Street, which again,
shit, there we go.
put a pin in it.
Okay.
Put a pin in it.
So
All
many
the pins. We're pin
pins.
cushions, baby. The composer of this film is Perry Botkin, and I have to say his work was by far my least favorite part of the movie. It kept it from being scary to me. I have nothing good to say about Perry's work for this film. However, he has done some really interesting things. Perry was the composer for the TV series Mork and Mindy. But he's better known for the songs that he's written for, like, that have been featured on other people's soundtracks. And Botkin songs have been used on the likes of
Oh God.
Abbott Elementary.
Oh.
This year's Nouvelle Vague, the new Linklater film.
Oh.
The TV show Shameless, Baby Driver, and
RuPaul's
Drag Race.
Of course.
So, like,
that bitch everywhere. Oh
what
my
a career.
God. Amazing. Wow.
And in fairness to Perry, the movie also really heavily uses needle drops, so there's a whole lot of music that's not his, more than like traditional scoring. And one of the needle drops that they use is a song called Christmas Fever, which is credited to none other than producer Ira Barmack. So maybe not all of the musical cheesiness is Perry's doing.
Oh man.
I'm maybe he's amazing, but it makes me nervous seeing a producer credited as one of the musical artists on a film.
I mean, it all makes sense though, does it not?
It does.
It
really does.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Starting to paint a picture?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So, a note on toys, and this is the last thing before we get to the film's release, because again, there was like nothing on its actual production. It's all on the release. So, note on toys. Look at the shelves in Ira's as you're watching, and you will see such gems as a Jabba the Hutt action playset.
Yes.
It's incredible. A board game based on the sci-fi movie Krull. A Masters of the Universe Castle Grayskull playset, which is apparently very popular among collectors nowadays. And my own personal favorite, and I imagine the favorite of most people listening to this podcast, a monster makeup kit designed by the Exorcist's own Dick Smith, complete with flex flesh for kids to play with doing their own Frankenstein makeup. It's incredible. I got obsessed. I found it on Etsy. If somebody out there wants an unopened monster makeup kit designed by the Exorcist's own Dick Smith.
Oh my God, shut up. Me?
Yeah. There's an unopened one on there. It costs about $900. Yeah. As it would. But goddamn, it looks so cool. I'm like,
really fucking cool.
If we have like a multi-millionaire listener out there who's looking for something to give us for Christmas,
someone listening
it's the Dick Smith makeup kit. Yeah.
Please buy it and report back. Don't put it on your face though.
Truly. Keep it pristine, but tell us what it looks like on the inside. Okay, now we can get to the release, the good stuff. In a sign of troubled times to come for this film, as it makes its way down its distro path, the film applies to the MPAA to get its rating, and gets an X rating not once but 3 times.
Before,
like, you can see why watching it, especially at the time. But finally cuts enough gore to make it down to an R rating around November 2nd of 1984.
Okay.
This film is released on November 9th. So
Ooh.
1 week beforehand,
Ooh.
they finally
Okay.
get it cut down, which is like, oh my God, that gives
That's
me,
so stressful.
it's
Oh
so
my
stressful. Like, I feel
God.
like I'm like breaking into a sweat just saying that.
Yeah.
And interestingly, 1984 was also the year that the PG-13 rating was introduced to avoid kids going to like movies that are called PG that are like too adult for them. So
Right.
put a pin in that idea.
Okay.
We're about to take all our pins out, but we're just collecting the last
But
few in
not
this
yet.
cushion, this cushion of doom. We need to look like Hellraiser before we move on.
Oh man, that's where I should have been putting my pins.
Yes, exactly. Put
God
them in the
damn it.
face. That's what I'm gonna say from now on. Put a pin in your face.
Put a pin in your face. Got it.
So comes out on November 9th, 1984, just in time for like the earliest whiffs of the holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually makes around 2.5 mil against its 750K budget.
Oh my God.
So, all things considered, does pretty well.
Yeah, no shit.
But
oh,
controversy.
Yay.
So, people were furious about this film to an astonishing degree. Like, especially, again, this is exactly 10 years after Black Christmas comes out. So, like, this is not exactly the first holiday horror we've seen.
Yeah.
It's not even the first time we've gotten a killer Santa, because there's an episode of, oh my gosh, what is it? I'm trying to remember. One of the horror anthology TV series that was really popular at this time had already done a killer Santa episode.
Okay.
So not the first time this has happened. However, it's the first time it hits the public in a major way, in the way that this film does. So we get to protesting outside the theater, holding signs that say "We love Santa" level angry.
Bro, are the initial releases in Utah? Because that would make sense.
No.
They're
in
like
fact,
Satan Claus.
From what I could find, I don't know that it ever made it to screens in Utah. I don't think it did. Because there were
still to this day.
Yeah, still to this day, banned in Utah. That's not a fact, y'all, but I would not be surprised. So as producer Scott recalled, believe it or not, we actually had to cross the picket line for the screening. People were holding banners saying Santa ain't no hitman and deck the halls with holly, not bodies.
Why is everybody so upset?
I have photos of these protests to show
my
us.
God.
It's
Can
wild.
you imagine of
like,
all things? Simpler times, man.
Yeah.
Simpler times.
Like hundreds of people showed up to these protests. Hundreds.
Wow.
It's not like a group of like 10 moms or something.
Yeah.
But why, you might ask? Like,
yeah.
Especially like having watched the film, like, yes, it's, it's a
He's got
slasher.
trauma. It really is a movie about how important therapy and processing like trauma can be, and that PTSD is real.
Yeah, and like from what I could gather from the filmmakers, they thought that any controversy was going to be around the depiction of the Catholic Church, not around the depiction of Santa, which is what it's around.
Yeah. Why is everyone going to bat so hard for Santa?
It's so funny. So it's like, honestly,
he's not even Santa.
He's not even Santa. He's canonically
he's a kid
not
in a
Santa.
costume. Yeah,
he's a traumatized 18-year-old.
Yeah,
it's wild. So it's like clearly not about the film itself. What is it about?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna love this, Al.
Oh God, great!
It all dates back to one specific football game.
I know football now.
I
know one football. I know one football.
1 foot.
One foot football.
Rewind the clocks back to a particular Green Bay Packers game. During this particular nationally televised Green Bay Packers game, a 30-second ad spot for the film runs, which shows Santa breaking down a door with an axe and taking a knife out of his belt. And kids everywhere are terrified of Santa. All of a sudden, all of a sudden, all of these kids are going to their parents being like, Mom, I don't want Santa to come this year, allegedly. So, of course, it's not only that particular game that's the problem. The poster was freaking kids out too, because it shows Santa coming down a chimney with an axe. Thing is, there was already another film in 1980 that had a poster with Santa coming down a chimney with an axe. It's just because this got publicized on a Green Bay Packers game.
Oh my God.
And that same 30-second ad spot was also being aired during a whole bunch of other morning through early evening slots. And so it was playing on primetime TV.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah. And there are two sides to the story of how it playing on primetime TV happened.
Yeah, I'm shocked that they were able to do that with being such a small film.
It's pretty interesting, right?
Ira, or who's the producer that we don't like?
It's all of them. All of them. Ira, Scott, Dennis. We don't like any of them. So here's TriStar's side of the story. TriStar, the production company, says that they told the booking agency who was booking the ad spots for them to only book late night slots, and that this isn't what TriStar wanted at all. And then the media agency goes on the record to be like, actually, that's not what happened. And so media agency Diener Hauser Bates, one of their executives, goes on the record and says, quote, "We weren't told any specific times. We buy time slots that deliver us the best target audience. Since men 18 to 34 traditionally are the ones who go to these movies, what better time to buy than during a football game? Little kids don't watch professional football, just the ladies who are watching."
Ew.
So there's a lot to unpack there, right?
So much, but they're not wrong.
They're not wrong.
Like they are trying to do. I mean, that's prime time. Like that is prime time to get across a bunch of people.
And as people who work in marketing, like, I think they did their job really well. Like, it got out to people. This film was known nationally. Like, and I can completely understand the thinking of, like, we're aiming this film at 18 to 34-year-old men, book a Green Bay Packers game. Like, it's not like they were booking slots, like, in between Scooby-Doo, you know?
And it's just a bonus that kids were horrified.
Yeah, like, honestly.
And that was the year so many kids got told, Santa actually isn't real, don't worry about this.
Yeah, honestly, I think that may be part of the controversy, but... So... let's talk about the end of that quote where he says, "Just these ladies who are watching."
Yeah, can we? Yeah. I don't want to because I'm angry about it.
Gross,
but yeah, let's go.
What does he mean by this? Who are the ladies?
You know.
Well, it's really one particular lady who's kind of leading the charge. Her name is Kathleen Aberhart. She's a housewife from Milwaukee, and she sees the ad spot and is like, "I've found my calling in life. I need to form CAM, Citizens Against Movie Madness," which episode band name, I'm calling it. Citizens Against Movie Madness. Incredible.
Yeah, truly.
And through CAM, she launches a nationwide protest of the film. And hilariously, how do they go about these protests besides holding up signs that are like, "We love Santa"? They go to theaters where the film is playing and sing Christmas carols in protest.
Oh my God.
I'm like, that just seems like free advertising.
I was gonna say it's like free advertising. I'd be like, oh my God, look at all the work that they did to make this like seem fun and like a 360 marketing.
Like if this were being released in the exact same way today, I would be like, oh yeah, that's a neon marketing campaign.
Yeah, like, right. It's like,
what the fuck?
It's like, it's a little bit like haunting, but it's not meant to be. But Christmas caroling, I'm sorry, there's something
there's something
just,
a little
like very
off.
Yeah, there's something that like really creeps me out about Christmas carolers.
I agree. Yeah. So
sorry if you're a Christmas caroler. I did it once and I felt like I was invading people's space.
Yeah.
I got dragged along, to be fair. But yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah, so protesting
Milwaukee
carolers.
housewife thing to do.
I know. And again, Citizens Against Movie Madness. Like I almost want like a t-shirt that says that. Like,
I need a movie. Now Neon needs to do a movie about that group of people protesting holiday movies, and then it comes
and make it super meta and immersive and have people have people protesting the release. Great.
Yeah, and then
got it all
and then
out.
do my God. Hollywood? That's so
Neon?
funny.
So I honestly think that it might have stayed just at the like being protested by Christmas carolers level of protests.
Sure.
Were it not for Siskel and Ebert jumping into the fray.
Oh boy, those guys, those Muppets.
Those Muppets. So, again, thinking back to our Friday the 13th episode, we remembered that Siskel decided to publicly dox Betsy Palmer because he was so angry about the film.
Right.
We're getting kind of a repeat of that.
Oh God.
Slightly less upsetting in this case because of the way they go about it, but basically what happens is Siskel goes on air for their show at the movies and calls the movie, quote, sick and sleazy and mean-spirited, and reads out a list of the names of the director, producers, writer Michael, and TriStar itself. So takes it back to the company, which again is founded very recently by Coca-Cola. And he tells them, quote, your profits truly are blood money, and says it's one of the most quote-unquote contemptible films he's ever seen, alongside, he says it's this and one other film, and the one other film he cites is the original I Spit on Your Grave, which, like, now that just sounds like a compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, again, all of these things I feel like are just giving it clout.
I have a question.
Yes. I don't know that I have an answer.
For the room.
But
it's more like just
a rhetorical question. Yeah.
Who's making them go to these movies? I'm like,
a great question.
To a point, I'm like, a lot of these critics don't like horror. And yes, we want people to see horror and everything. But I'm just like, I just feel like who's forcing you, and of all movies, you're going to this one? Like, it's a low, I guess, like the virality of like people talking in the protests and whatever. But like,
but it's interesting that he feels such a need to jump into it himself and be like, I am going to fix the moral problem of this movie. Like, that's not the job of a critic. It's really not. Yeah.
Go back to your desk.
So
pen, paper, typewriter.
So how does TriStar respond? They pull all of the advertising the day before the movie releases. All of it. There are no ad spots, there's no posters, there's no anything anywhere anymore.
Bro.
The filmmakers themselves, though, are super confused by the response. And I brought in a quote from producer Ira, who says, quote, people have taken offense at Santa being used in a scary context, but Santa Claus is not a religious figure. He's a mythical character. I didn't deliberately ride roughshod over that sensitivity, and I didn't anticipate the objection to it. And director Charles, as you can imagine, given where his career goes on to, he's a super Christian dude. He's extremely, extremely Christian and seems quite conservative. And it seems like the response hits extra hard for him. And he goes on in interviews to basically later say that the film turned out more violent than he wanted it to be, which, like, what movie
what
did
do
you
mean
think
by
you were
that?
making?
You shot it. So
you shot it. You shot it.
You were
You're
there.
The director.
you were
there.
You were there.
You're the one who made all of this happen. You're the one.
How do you think we got here?
Yeah, this is your doing.
Okay, leader, my leader, but fine.
But truly, but like he says, like he didn't want to make something offensive. He's like horrified by this, and goes on to like try and distance himself from it. But we're so far into this release section right now, and we've still not talked about the actual time it spends in theaters, just the controversy surrounding it. So let's back up for a second. Given all of this intense backlash, it's kind of funny that TriStar had initially bet big enough on this film that they made 400 prints of it for a wide release, which is like, that's a lot of prints. That's one of the biggest expenses when you're releasing a film on film, is that you've got to make all of these different copies so that it can show in all of these theaters at a time. That's, a problem that DCPs don't have.
Right.
But so they had spent an enormous amount of money preparing to release this film quite wide. And what made them do that? Focus testing, my friend.
There we go. Coming back.
In typical director Charles fashion, he had screened the film back in September to an audience of mostly teenagers, and the response was so good. Like, they were laughing, they were screaming. It was exactly what he wanted. The TriStar's like, oh, we've got a potential hit on our hands. And so they pour a lot of money into it. And in the first week, it seems like, in spite of all that controversy, TriStar made the right decision, because now we get to pull that pin out of Nightmare on Elm Street. This film and Nightmare on Elm Street were released on the same day in theaters.
Oh, fuck.
And this film outperformed it.
No way!
Mhm.
What?
During their first
Whoa!
week in the theaters,
Holy
Silent Night,
shit.
Deadly Night made more money than Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, damn.
However, there is an asterisk to that, which is that it was
Okay.
showing in like more than twice as many theaters. So the per screen average was lower.
Sure, okay.
However, it was still on track to like, yeah, there's all this controversy, but it's like it's on track to more than make its money back. It's doing pretty fucking well.
Yeah.
Um but week 2 comes along and profits drop 45%. Unsurprising, given that all of a sudden there's no advertising for it anywhere, and so the only way you're going to hear about this film is through cam. Um, like it's not a wise decision on
Yeah.
TriStar's part. And in cities with major protests, particularly in New York, New Jersey, and Milwaukee, screenings are largely shut down completely after just 2 weeks. It doesn't happen everywhere, though. There are some places that really take to this film, and one of those is Boston, which is particularly interesting to me given that Boston is a super Catholic
Is
town.
it? Okay.
Yeah, and like this is a not a flattering depiction of the Catholic Church, shall we say.
Right.
Um, maybe that's why Bostonians liked it. Maybe they were like, "Oh, my mother superior was just like that." Um,
Right. This is relatable.
I have no idea, but like did great business in Boston, but gets shut down almost everywhere else. And producer Barmack responds to this by buying back the distro rights after just a couple of months, and he quickly strikes this new deal, gets it re-released the following May through Aquarius with a campaign that eliminates all of the scary Santa imagery in favor of focusing on the controversy the film created, which like really smart.
Yeah, super
Um,
smart.
However, a key part of that agreement is that he's never allowed to re-release it during the holiday season. He can only release it off season, thus May, to avoid
Okay.
stirring up more controversy for TriStar. So, reception. We've talked a little bit about the reception. We talked about
Mhm.
Siskel and Ebert. How does the rest of the critical world respond? Shockingly, after having watched both of these films, mine holds a much higher rating than yours does.
Oh, yeah, mine's abysmal.
It's abysmal. It's a travesty, to be
Yeah.
honest. Like your film
Yeah, it's
deserves a much higher rating than it has.
for what it is, everyone should
Yeah,
everyone knows it's bad. It should get a
yeah,
higher rating because of
it
that.
should. Yeah. So this film currently holds a 55% from critics
Oh,
and a
wow.
40% from audiences, which honestly surprises me. I thought because it's very much a cult movie that it would be
It'd be
something that there's
reversed.
that it would be reversed, that there would be a lot of audience of and a lot of critics trashing
Yeah.
it. Um but I brought in plenty more critics trashing it. We've got some great quotes. They're a lot of fun. We have one from Leonard Maltin, who wrote, "What's next? The Easter Bunny as a child molester?"
Maybe. Maybe.
Watch and see. Try me, Leonard. um, and okay, not all the reviews were quite so vicious. I did bring in one from Santa Fe local and
Ooh.
a friend of mine, Kirk Ellis, who goes on to be the screenwriter for HBO's John Adams, works a whole lot with the Santa Fe International Film Festival. He's a really cool
Nice.
dude. At this point in his career, Kirk Ellis was a critic for The Hollywood Reporter and was one of
Mm.
the more positive reviews for the film. He
Oh,
liked the
amazing.
cinematography, he liked Liliane Chauvin's performance, and
Mhm.
he called director Charles's workmanlike competence, which is about as
Oh.
positive of a quote as you're going to get on this film.
Yep.
Um, and in a mostly negative review that still, I think, manages to give the film credit for more than I think this movie is actually trying to do,
Mm.
Stephen Hunter wrote in the Baltimore Sun that you might find, quote, something subliminally satisfying about seeing the old symbol of Christmas capitalism slandered with willful glee.
Oh
Cellier
my god.
manages to evoke the essential grotesqueness that lurks under the sugary ad agency and greeting card vision of Christmas. It's almost a Marxist critique of the high orgy of conspicuous consumption. To which I just wrote,
That's
whoa.
incredible. Incredible sentence. My god.
And one more negative review that I think actually makes a really interesting point about the film.
Mhm.
Ken Tucker, writing for the Daily Dispatch, writes, quote, "What's ironic about Silent Night, Deadly Night is that it expresses the same facile psychology as the protests being lodged against it. The endlessly repeated message of Silent Night, Deadly Night is that if you watch violent acts, you are more likely to commit them yourself." And he goes on to point out that because of this idea, in many ways, the people protesting the film and the people making it are buying into the same falsehoods about how we consume media, which, like,
oh my God, I
yeah,
love that.
it's so true. It's
Yeah,
completely true. And it's like,
absolutely.
that's where you can see that this is made by a conservative Christian filmmaker, is it is coming
Mhm.
from this idea of, oh, you feed kids bad
Yeah.
TV and they will become killers.
Yeah, you see it. I mean, it easily like could have been you know, at the time of the 80s too, like video games, it could have been like a really
Mhm.
pixelated Santa video game of killing
Exactly.
something. And then like he
Exactly.
played it
And
as a kid and then was like, I
mhm.
must now kill because I saw a
Yeah.
Santa suit
Yep.
at the Christmas party and I got
Because
drunk.
I'm triggered by the color red.
Really? He just got shit faced he just
Yeah.
got shit faced at the Christmas party, got triggered,
Yep.
couldn't take off the
That's
suit.
exactly what happened.
It's
There's also
so
like
funny.
there's articles that are released at the time where they like start interviewing child psychologists, and they're like implying that the film, not even implying, there's actually a quote about it where they're saying that
Mm.
the film could cause kids to regress in potty training. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Why would you
Who's
be
doing that
showing
research?
a toddler who's currently in potty training this R-rated slasher movie in the
My
first
brain went,
place? Like,
me and you went different directions, but yes.
what?
I
Wait,
was
where
like,
did your
who's
brain
doing
go?
I said, who's doing that research?
Okay, I mean, also
You
that.
thought of the more logical thing. It's like, who's sitting there being like, let's sit kids in a room and see if they regress from
Yeah,
potty training
like,
by showing them this
I
film.
didn't like. Was there a study done where they have like a double blind
The Utah
control?
moms,
And
the Wisconsin moms, yes.
I'm just picturing they've got like a line of toddlers on potties, and they're like, "Now, how did that
Just
make you
line
feel
up.
about pooping?" Like,
Could you
what?
shit afterwards?
On a
And
scale
have
of
you had
one
your
to
veggies
10,
today?
how much would you shit after watching this movie?
That's
Like,
so funny.
it's
What the fuck is
yeah,
I again, it just like perfectly I mean, the message is not subtle in this movie.
no,
And it doesn't I'm so happy to hear not happy, but like it fills that puzzle piece of like who the fuck made this because that
yeah.
message is so hitting you over the head that when you said he went on to do what he does, I'm like, oh yeah, this is like such
Oh,
like
yeah, that makes
church
sense.
propaganda
Yeah,
and like
which is like,
conservative
it's
propaganda.
so funny that
It's so
it gets
funny.
protested by all of these conservative organizations, and like, it's coming from you. The
I'm
call
like,
is
you're
coming from
helping
inside
it.
the
Yeah,
church.
and all you're just helping this movie be seen by
Yes.
people.
This would never have gone on to the kind of cult acclaim that it has today were it not for your
Absolutely not.
protests.
Absolutely
Anyway,
not.
one last note on the critics. One of the most vocal critics from Hollywood was the actor Mickey Rooney. He's like, this is
Oh,
despicable. This is a moral
oh,
disgrace. Mickey Rooney then goes on himself to star in the 5th installment of the Silent Night, Deadly Night series later. Yeah.
he
So
listen, people can change.
people can change. People
You
can
can change
change.
your
Santa can
That's
change.
amazing. No way. Now I want to watch that one. I love Mickey Rooney.
Honestly, we're gonna talk about some of the sequels. Some of them actually sound pretty
Kind of good.
interesting. So influence and afterlife. As you can imagine, given both the controversy and the multiple cuts for ratings that this went
Mhm.
through, the film has a storied life in home video. At first, the home release is pulled altogether, doesn't happen until 86, so it gets
Oh
delayed.
wow.
In England, it doesn't even apply for any certification for release, and its sequel just gets straight up banned. So, like, we've seen this a lot with our films.
Mhm.
However, over the years, different versions proliferate, including unrated cuts, which is what I watched. What platform
Ooh.
did you watch on?
Uh,
Do you remember?
I don't know. I'm
Do you
waiting for
remember
Trav
how
to type
long it
in.
was?
It was pretty short. Prime.
Prime.
Watch it on
Okay.
Prime.
I'm actually not sure
I
if you
don't think that one
watched.
was unrated.
Okay,
I
great.
Prime sucks.
Prime usually does not do the unrated versions.
Yeah.
Or
Damn.
if
Yeah.
they
Like.
do, it's like
mm,
specially advertised as.
Yeah.
I watched it
Dang.
on one of the free series or services. I can't remember if it's like
Oh, like
Freevee or Pluto
like
or whatever it was,
yeah,
but I watched it on
Shutter.
one of those.
Got it.
Um, the unrated version is about 6 minutes longer, and you can
Okay.
tell really easily which scenes are the unrated ones that got cut because the majority of the movie has been restored and re-released in 4K, but the cut scenes, by the
Oh,
time they found the negative for it, they were so degraded that they could only include those in SD. So it cuts
I
between high def and standard.
then that's what I watched that one because I have a
Yay!
tidbit about mine and there were
Oh,
some scenes.
interesting.
Was there like one where they were in the toy store talking and it got really like grainy and then it cut. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I wonder why that is.
It's because it's the unrated.
Okay.
Yeah. So, which it's fascinating seeing that flip within the same film from standard to high def. There was also a Fangoria run theatrical re-release of this film in 2013 for the holidays.
Love.
But at this point, we have to talk sequels and remakes. So, since the film did kind of like shockingly well at the box office, given all that it had working against it, like it made like 3 times its budget back and
that's
got shut down after 2 weeks. That's really good.
That's amazing. Can you imagine what it would have made? Damn.
I know the executives were expecting that it could have made up to 20 mil. Like it's
I mean 2
I believe
weeks.
it.
And then even imagine if it went like straight, but it took what you said, like 2 years basically to even get any sort of at home. So it's like, imagine what it would like. Yeah. So many people would have gone and purchased this. I don't know though. In the 80s, how do you? Was it like laser discs?
It would have been
or just
Betamax VHS at that point.
Okay.
Betamax and VHS. So the sequels and remakes. So we have Silent Night 2, which is particularly interesting in that it was originally intended to just use recut footage from the original film with no raw material at all. And so it's directed by 2 editors. It ends up having about 50% new footage versus footage from the first movie.
Okay.
Does not sound worth watching, but interesting. That happened.
Yeah.
Silent Night 3 actually stars Bill Moseley, which I'm super curious about. And both I know, and both 2 and 3 follow Ricky, the younger brother who's kind of set up at the end of it as
that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, he's traumatized now. He's gonna go on and kill. And so that's in Silent Night 3, Bill Moseley is playing Ricky, and there's like this whole plot point where like in the second one he'd been attacked by police and they like shot him in the head, but he survived, so he's got like kind of like a snow globe head where like his brain is exposed but under like a glass.
No.
Yeah.
No,
it sounds like really so bad
that.
It's good. Yeah, like I'm sold from that description.
Yeah. That's so cool.
And then from there, the series moves into anthology mode, and you get 2 more. You have Silent Night Initiation, which is this like witchy, coven-y one, led by Brian Usna, who we talked about because he's the one who worked on Reanimator.
Yes.
And then Silent Night 5, The Toy Maker, which is the one that Mickey Rooney stars in. They don't have any like plot or characters in common with the first 3 except just being Christmas horror. That's it. So they're kind of trying to do like a Halloween season of The Witch type of thing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Then you get the loose remake with 2012 Silent Night, which we were originally going to cover, didn't have enough info. That one stars Malcolm McDowell from Clockwork Orange. Then in 2021, there's another remake announced. That one gets shelved. Another attempt gets made in 2022. But that film ends up being too different to the original to be really considered a remake, and it becomes the movie Christmas Bloody Christmas instead. So that one started out as a Silent Night Deadly Night remake and then turned into its own thing. And then this year, a brand new and completely separate remake project came out. It's actually, as we're recording, in theaters right now. And it stars Rohan Campbell from Halloween Ends. I haven't looked up reviews of it or anything because I was like trying really hard to avoid it while researching this one. But after watching this, I'm kind of curious where they'd take it because there's interesting ideas buried in this that I don't think are fully executed to the utmost. It very much kind of like gets embraced as a cult film over the intervening years. I found one person kind of describing Billy's story as a reverse Batman situation, which I thought was hilarious. Like he watches his parents' bloody, brutal murder, and instead of deciding to like be on the side of law, he's like, I'm gonna murder instead.
I'm gonna murder now.
So a reverse Batman.
That's funny. That's
and it particularly, the people who really love this film largely love it for how much time it spends with Billy's psychology and backstory. One of the people who's a really big fan of this film for that is Quentin Tarantino.
I knew you were going to say it. I knew you were going to say it.
Of course. You could tell from the reaction. That's the video that I found as I was doing my makeup for the pod this morning, was like a 7-minute video of Quentin Tarantino talking about why this is the best holiday horror film ever made. And I'm like,
I have personal beef with him because of his comments about Matthew Lillard. And he made him feel sad. And That man is the
Nobody
sweetest
gets to make
peach.
Matthew Lillard feel sad.
Sad. Like, he was like, "I'm heartbroken to hear someone talk." And even his daughter made a statement of like, "My dad's the best dad and he loves his horror fans." I'm like, so
No.
Quentin Tarantino, fuck him.
I'm delighted that 2025 is the year that a lot of people seem to be turning on Tarantino, and I'm delighted that it was Matthew Lillard and Paul Dano that made that happen. Like, good.
Yeah.
As it
Yeah.
should be.
I feel bad though. No one like came to Paul Dano's defense, but everyone's like,
I saw
"Not
so
my
many people
Matthew."
call to
Did
Paul
you?
Dano's
We were
defense.
on the
Yeah,
were we on
that is
Listen, I love Paul
so
Dano.
fun.
I have a huge crush on him.
I only saw people coming to Paul's defense.
Are you a Paul Dano or Matthew Lillard?
Literally, write in, tell us. Yeah.
That actually makes so much sense.
Yeah, it really does. It really, yeah, like half of my feed is Paul Dano posts right now. I'm not even kidding.
Well, I'm happy to see because I love him. So, anyways, Quentin Tarantino,
Yeah.
I'm not fucking surprised
to
hear that from him. Of course. That was literally almost going to come out of my mouth, and it was like,
oh yeah, of course, absolutely. It always comes back to Tarantino on my episodes. I hate it. But on a more positive note, as I'm sure you're aware because you put it on one of our videos, the Ice Nine Kills song "Merry Xmas" is inspired by this film.
I love that song. And I remember I didn't know they had that song, like, I think it was like last Christmas or 2 Christmas, because no one makes metal Christmas songs, and they really should.
I know!
And it's so good. And it was stuck in my head the other day. So
it's really, really good.
Yay.
Oh my god, I forgot about this. I wrote this note literally 5 minutes before jumping on this call. One of the things that Tarantino said that really stuck with me and is like, oh, if you don't have enough reasons to hate him already, he said that part of the reason that he likes this film so much is because he related so much to Billy and his childhood was quote unquote too close to home. And I'm like, what does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't like hearing that from him.
I know. I'm like, okay, who have you murdered, Tarantino? Like,
if there is a killer Santa that goes on the loose, we all know who.
Now we know who it is. Yeah,
we know admission of guilt is right there.
He went on the record.
Instead, I'll just make a fucked up movie.
Jesus
Listen,
Christ.
he kind of went down the same route. To be fair,
it's true.
He is no Batman,
in some sense.
So. Oh my god.
Quick, brief little film theory rant corner. This is mostly from one particular Dread Central article I found that was really interesting, where the writer Jen Adams posits that Mother Superior is the real villain of the film, and that it's basically Billy is just kind of acting as the weapon doling out her punishment, which I thought was a really interesting read on it.
I mean,
I kind of see it. That wasn't my initial reaction upon watching it, but I wanted to bring in her quote because it's really good. She says, Silent Night, Deadly Night's Mother Superior is made all the more terrifying by the fact that she feels so familiar. We're constantly bombarded by judgment from self-aggrandizing women and people in positions of power who believe that any behavior not aligned with their strict worldview must be rooted out with shame and scorn. They cannot stand to see women making different choices with their lives and devise ways to chastise them for the quote-unquote sin of existence. Men are not immune to her insidious brand of tyranny, but they often become punishers by proxy. I'm like, ooh, go off, Jen Adams.
Proxy.
Yes.
Fan name. We haven't done that in a while.
That's really
Punishers
good.
by proxy is
that's
so good.
Really good.
I mean, I didn't grow up with any sort of religion. I really had no, but like, as someone who just knows it, from my point of view and like really the bad side of it, from what I see in media and like people I know and whatever, religious figures scare the fuck out of me.
Me too.
Like, there's something about the church that just never, like, even as a kid, never felt right when like my friends would be like, come to church with me on Sunday because you're sleeping over.
I would be like, it's evil.
I'm like, I'm not doing anything though. Like, I don't know this man.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is.
We're not friends.
We're not friends.
My mom taught me not to talk to strangers, and Jesus is
included
in that.
He's a stranger. Truly. So I felt that just because like the church feels like a very scary thing. And not religion, but like the
church as an entity. And like, again, I don't think that was the filmmaker's intent, but I really like it as an alternate read. And I think a good support for it is the fact that there are 14 kills in this movie, and only 9 of them are committed by Billy. The rest are violence that's kind of senseless and in no small part comes from poor handling of the situation, like cops shooting other people because they think
Mm.
it's Billy.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know, people who, like at the beginning of the movie, the carjacker is just like a down on his luck dude who's like, I guess I'm gonna kill some people now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's not a film unlike most slashers where all the violence is contained in this one evil man. It's a
Yeah.
film where the world is just kind of chaotic and bloody.
Yeah. Which is the cops killing the wrong person. I was gagged
Yeah, that
that they
was
did that in this. I was like, oh my God,
pretty
he's deaf. And I
revolutionary.
was just like,
Yeah.
no.
I know. Yeah, it's like a
No.
deaf priest and the cops
Oh
just
my
shoot him
God.
down in cold blood.
I was
Like,
audibly gasping
yeah,
at that part. So yeah, it was interesting for this time, for what this film was, to have like so many layers.
yeah, it's like
Intentional or not, I wasn't expecting
fascinating.
that from it.
Agreed. Like it's not, again, I don't think it's a good movie, but I think it's a movie that's
No.
really worth watching as like a historical curio. Like it's
Yeah.
so, again, with the backstory, it
Mhm.
becomes a lot more interesting.
Absolutely.
Quick little watch notes. Um at the very beginning of the screening, Dana and I sit down to watch, and she turns to me and goes, "Are there tits in this movie? There better be tits in this movie."
And boy, were there, Dana.
Boy, were there tits in this movie.
Dana got a little Christmas treat during this one.
She got a little
It was
Christmas
the 12
tit.
day of tits. Yeah.
Oh, the 12 days of titness.
Titness. Thank you. God damn it. Listen, I'm getting back into this.
Also,
yeah, truly.
I have to say, ugliest goddamn baby I've ever seen. That baby.
Why was that baby atrocious?
That baby was, yeah.
Get him off the screen. The little boy in the beginning, he was
incredible. He was
like
really
baby
good
Gage.
actor.
He was right below baby Gage, where I kind of cared about him.
Yeah,
Kind of cared about him.
Agreed.
But
it was
that
a
baby
really
was
good child performance.
Get that drooling ass baby out of here. Kill the baby.
Truly. One of my notes was just making of a killer or making of a kinkster, because like I feel like there's an alternative version of this film where, like,
I thought the same. The same.
This Santa Billy just goes on to be like a huge sub. Yeah.
Yeah. I said this movie was about kink shaming.
Truly.
And how the church is evil. Yes.
Yes, exactly. And then my last note from the watch was just racks on racks on racks for the scene where she's like, on the antlers. Racks on racks on racks.
Oh my God. Can we have I want shirts that say that.
Racks on racks on racks.
And just has her. Because God,
just
that
has her hanging.
image.
It's
so good.
Really good. It's
so
really
good. Very TCM.
Yes.
Of that to do with the
very
hook
TCM. Yeah, that was clearly the inspo. And like seeing it in the shadow first.
Oh, it was so good.
TCM. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of cinematography. A lot of moments in this visually that were better than
expected. Yeah. I mean, he really shelled her up. Shell her up, shelled her up.
I love it.
So that's Silent Night, Deadly Night. I hope that it was satisfying for those of you who've been requesting it.
Yeah.
It was, again, I'm sorry it wasn't my favorite film, but I really enjoyed like finding out about it and researching it and the backstory.
Yeah,
I could see why you wanted us to cover it, for sure.
Yeah, especially I didn't know all the controversy, so that's awesome.
It's wild
to hear about. Yeah,
like it shouldn't have been that controversial, but man, was it.
Oh yeah,
I'll show you some of the pictures during the break.
Yeah, I was gonna say I really want to see the pictures, because what a like a robust backstory to a film like this.
Truly.
And it could have been so big, and that's like, I'm like so angry at Coca-Cola being
it really got
bitch.
stolen. Yeah, I truly think it was Coca-Cola that killed this movie. Coca-Cola killed Santa.
He's the true killer. Coca-Cola, the corporate
Was
greed.
Coke all along.
Corporate greed.
I mean, what was that quote I brought in? It's like a Marxist commentary.
Yeah. My God, it's so wild.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved that. That's so fun.
All right. Do we want to take a quick little break? Come right back. Chat about some evil snowmen.
Evil snowman.
We love an evil snowman. All right. And we'll be right back. And we're back. I forgot which direction that goes. It's only been 2 weeks since we last recorded.
I don't know which way I went either.
Ugh.
I just hope
Everything's hard, you guys.
I hope there's people that listen to us that have literally never watched, like even
Agreed.
peeked at an episode to even
Have
know what
no
we're
idea
referring
what's
to.
going
We have a
on,
hand gesture that we have just done for forever. So
yeah, it's important to us. I don't know that it matters to anybody
it's
else.
super important
but...
to us, actually. Here we are. We've made it
Here
to
we
the Jack Frost side of
I'm
things.
so cozy. I'm so ready to listen to your side. It's yeah, I'm glad I got to go first for this one.
Honestly, I'm jealous again with the new setup. I'm just like, I feel so out of sorts. So everyone hang in there with me. We know that I can stumble and fumble through my notes. I already just lost where they went.
Sweetie.
Thank you for believing in me.
Everybody give good thoughts to Al.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you go and send them backwards? So right now you're listening, but send them back to me.
Yeah, back in time.
It is Thursday, so send them back to Thursday, please.
Think about Thursday, Al. Send them good thoughts.
Please, please. At 2:44 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes. You feeling them?
On,
you feeling those good thoughts?
I think so.
There we go.
Okay, shaking it off. So Jack Frost, mine's 90s, so 97. We're going to start with the tagline. Yes. There is one tagline, as I said,
which
with
again,
all the puns.
Me. Yeah, it seems like there should be so many.
I have truly forgotten like every line of this movie since watching it a couple days ago, so I can't even give you alternatives. But we have one. I believe it's on the poster as well. It is he's chillin' and he's killin'. Oh, it says he's chillin' and killin'. I already fucked it up.
That's amazing. That
it's really good,
conveys
though.
The tone of the whole.
It's good. It's simple. It's to the point. So, hopping right in. So, one of the things I kind of wanted to start to, you kind of pointed it out just with like us, neither of us seeing it. A big reason I feel like people know about this movie, much like yours was the controversy surrounding it. Mine was how I first heard of this movie is I was a child and I was in a Blockbuster.
Yes, the classic.
The cover, the lenticular cover was something I saw as a kid, wanted to go in to watch. I knew of like the Michael Keaton Jack Frost, as everyone did, which is also a horror movie in its own right. It is
originally looked up the trailer for it when I was trying to find this one and was like, this doesn't feel like the right vibe.
So sad. Yeah, it's such a sad movie that it is its own horror movie in itself. So I will just say both of these are horror movies to me.
Great.
But yeah, seeing the cover as a kid. So I've always known about this movie. Always known about it because of that cover and just like never had the means. I'm not like a huge other than this podcast, I'm not like super into like holiday horror. I don't seek it out particularly.
Like, I have my Shining and that's what I need most years.
Yeah, which I cannot. I'm waiting for a snowstorm here to watch it.
We have only had one sprinkling of snow this entire year or like this entire winter in Santa Fe. And it was before you left too. It's not snowed since you left,
I took it all over here. It snowed so much here. And it's been amazing. So I can't wait to like cozy up and watch Shining. But so that was like my knowledge of this movie. That's kind of all I knew was the cover. Same with you. You kind of just knew the cover.
I knew the cover and that was it.
Yeah.
I knew absolutely nothing about the plot. Didn't know that it was about an animate snowman.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
everyone needs. Yeah. If no one's seen it, you don't even have to. You can listen to these notes. The plots. Don't even worry about it.
It's not important.
Don't even worry about the plot. You're just there for a time.
Yeah. These are very much vibes-based horror movies.
Absolutely. So I would say listen to this. It'll only make, I think, going into the movie, it'll make you love it more.
Agreed.
So we'll hop right in. So writer-director Michael Cooney, who, if his name sounds familiar,
does.
He wrote Identity, which we just covered.
What?
I had no idea. I know. So he is a writer by trade, and he's only directed 2 things, which is Jack Frost and Jack Frost 2.
No.
Yes. And I love him. So I've watched some interviews with him. He's amazing, but he's specifically a writer. He wasn't supposed to even really direct it at all, but put a pin in that. We'll get into it. So who did he write this with? He has a writing partner named Jeremy Page. They also wrote Jack Frost. That also sounds familiar.
That also sounds really familiar.
Oh gosh, I only put a couple things. No worries. Yeah, Jeremy Page. He wrote Murder in Minds that came out the same year. You might be thinking of someone else because I don't think his IMDb was super long.
Okay, very fair. I'm probably thinking of someone else.
Yeah, because he hasn't done a lot. They kind of work together on stuff. Cinematographer, I actually looked him up this morning. Didn't have him originally. I did it because Michael Cooney had mentioned him in this interview that I was like listening to refresh my brain this morning.
Interesting.
Dean Lent. Gas Food Lodging.
No!
Yes!
Oh my God,
I brought
my
that
favorite!
I know. I was really happy to bring that in. So
truly a Christmas gift for me.
Yes. I was like, no way. And as soon as I heard that, I went to his IMDb. He did Gas Food Lodging, Acting on Impulse, Paris, Texas, and shot from 2012 to 2017 the Steve Harvey Show. So no one cares, but yeah.
Also forgot he did Paris, Texas. That's wild.
So,
oh my God.
Super great guy. Shocking that he's on this film, but we'll again, if everything's like why this person, we will get there of why this person. So I was very excited to bring in Dean Lent for you. So yeah, we'll talk about him. Yeah. Yay. So starring, we have Scott McDonald as Jack Frost, who I think plays. I wish he had more screen time as as an actor.
Yeah.
He's terrifying.
He really is. He's
terrifying.
Feels truly like a murderer.
Yeah. I need a whole like leading up to like prequel Jack Frost, because also he's named Jack Frost as a real human being.
Right. Yeah. Like I want to see the Jack before the snowman.
The Jack before the frost. Yes.
The Jack before the frost. Yes.
So he's also kind of a bigger guy. He guest starred on a ton of shows. Most of my actors, much like yours and much like B-horror in general, have been on a bunch of things. So he was on Dexter, Monk, The West Wing, NCIS, The X-Files, Star Trek Enterprise, and I think one of the Star Trek franchise. He was on a few, and I think it was one of the ones that you listed for one of your actors. He also was in films like Jarhead, where he plays D.I. Fitch, and Keith in The Last Champion, which I want to say has Cole Hauser, the guy from
oh, interesting.
What's that? I forget the cowboy show. That's really popular. Totally blanked on that one. Amazing. Left my brain.
Cowboy show that's really popular.
Yeah, we all know. Totally I'm waiting for Trav to drop it in the chat. I'm like, why am I forgetting? I've watched it. We have Christopher Allport as Sheriff Sam Tiller. I think Yellowstone. Thank you. Boy, oh boy.
The cowboy show.
Everybody
loves.
Everyone knows what I was talking about. So we have Christopher Allport as Sheriff Sam Tiller. Again, he like puts his whole bussy into this performance. He's amazing. He really sells this not being a B movie and like grounds this.
Yeah,
surprisingly
naturalistic for the movie he's in.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So he's also a big TV guy. He was also in the X-Files, NCIS, as well as NYPD Blue, ER, Mad Men. He's Max in To Live and Die in LA, and then his last role was Garden Party in 2008. I had a fact. I think he died in an avalanche accident.
Oh no!
I'm pretty sure that was him. I didn't put it in here. It was morbid, but there I go. Just word vomiting things that are in my mind. So
frightening.
I don't think he's with us anymore. We have Stephen Mendel. Yeah. Oh God, Jack Frost got him.
Yeah.
Bad joke.
I'm so sorry, you guys. That was really inappropriate.
Bad joke.
Bad Siena.
We have Naughty.
Punish.
We have Stephen Mendel as Agent Manners. He is Morris Ginsburg on 3 episodes of Mad Men, which is like where I think I recognize him from.
His face looked familiar.
Yeah. He's kind of like one of like those guys too. I think he has a lot of things under his belt. He was the voice of Splinter in the 1997 Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation TV series.
Oh my God, amazing.
Yeah, so shout out Trav for that one.
Love that.
And he was also in an episode of Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
Oh, we've got 2 Alfred Hitchcock Presents people. Love that.
I know, I was like, oh. We have Shannon Elizabeth as Jill. Most people know her, she's the teenage girl in the shower scene. So most people know her as Nadia from American Pie. Right? That's her name. She's an American Pie. She's a hot one.
Yeah. The like exchange student, right?
Yes. So this was her first role ever. And it
Whoa.
was actually the role where the production helped her get her SAG card too. So
Aww.
I thought it was really like a
So
sweet.
we owe her role in American Pie to this movie then.
Absolutely.
Love
Absolutely.
that.
And
The
Michael.
legacy of Jack Frost is American Pie.
Well, there's so many big names in this and like people who go on to do bigger things. And again, we
Interesting.
will get to kind of why that might be. We have Eileen Seeley, I think is how you say her name, as Ann Tiller, so the wife. She's Bruce Wayne's mom in Batman Forever. So
Oh,
she doesn't last long, but
whoa.
she's there.
Yeah.
We have
So we have the Batman and the reverse Batman.
I was gonna say, yeah. I thought it was. There's so many like parallels, as often happens with the two of us, where I'm like, "Yep, that's mine.
Good
I'll just
pairing.
keep my mouth shut until I talk." So she was Bruce Wayne's mom in Batman Forever, in 2 episodes of Quantum Leap, and in episodes of ER and Sister Sister. I just want to shout out Sister Sister. I loved that show as a kid. We have, of course, a director cameo from Michael Cooney, but not in the way you might expect.
Is he one of the bodies?
No, he's not.
Oh.
He is the voice of of the guy in the opening credits telling the story of Jack Frost. But
he's Uncle Henry?
Yes. Oh, so he wasn't originally meant to be. So I kind of want to talk about the opening credits for a second. So they're a time, as I've said about this movie.
Yeah.
They're a time.
They do a good job of setting the tone that the film follows through on. I will say that.
Yep. So it was one of the last things that they did. They basically got to the end of the movie, edited everything, and were like, oh, fuck, we need like opening title sequence.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they had limited budget at this point.
You don't say.
So the production team were nice enough to like throw together a Christmas tree, do all the ornaments, which I think everything looks amazing.
It looks great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked the very handmade looking ornaments.
I think it's so cute. And I've actually watched like 2 new non-horror Christmas movies this year. One with Michelle Pfeiffer and one with Melissa Joan Hart and oh my god, who plays Cher? I'm like having a hard time with names today. Anyways, I watched those and they both had really amazing
Alicia Silverstone.
Thank you. They had like really cute, also if you want good new Christmas movies, watch both of those. They're amazing. But they kind of had like this throwback feel to them that felt, then watching this, I was like, oh my gosh, it feels like very in tune. So even though it was like a happy accident, if you want to call it that. I think it looks really good, and they spent some time on it. So,
well, and I think it's nice that it frames the story as like this is going to be a happy, scary story. It does a good job of setting the tone.
Yeah. So whether intentional or accidental, so the crew, the production team made this Christmas tree, made these ornaments. They go to shoot it, and Dean like tries to get it like all in one shot. Can't really do it in the way that they want, so they're in the editing room. They're like editing it together. And then they're watching it and they're like, this kind of feels a little boring for opening credits. So Michael Cooney kind of suggests, like, why don't we give Jack Frost this backstory while we're doing these opening credits? They had to cut a lot of the backstory out throughout the film. So, like, we'll throw it in here. So they go get a recording booth for like the day to record this. They hire 2 actors to do it. They have a minute 30 to like, oh my god, they have the whole day to record, but they have a minute 30 to
screen
kind
time.
To fit this dialogue in. So they're doing it. It is a woman named Marcia Clark that does the little girl. I thought it was going to be like a guy who did the little girl.
Honestly, I thought it was going to be the director doing both voices. Like
Me too. So Marcia Clark is the one that does the little girl's voice. Other actor was hired to do the uncle's voice, like telling this story, but does it too slow. And so Michael Cooney's like, we can fit it in, like just speed it up. We're running out of time. Like the day's almost over. Like just do it like this. And he does it. And it was recorded. And the guy recording was like, cool, we got it. We're done. And he's like, no. You can't have this like British guy doing this dialogue. He's like, that wasn't meant to be.
Funny.
So that's how he gets his cameo, is
interesting.
They ran out of time. He said it fast enough.
Oh my god.
And that's all they could get. So that's how we get the opening credits.
I kind of love that. It's it
if
worked
that
out the way it
set
was
you
meant
up
to. Yeah.
that is going to be the through line for Jack Frost.
Fantastic.
Is none of this was meant to happen, but it just kind of
It just
fell
did.
into place, a place they wanted. I don't know. Also, speaking of credits, I just kind of want to shout out Michael Cooney talks about how the end credits, how there's all those like little quotes and dialogues. Those are all inside jokes with the crew. And so there is a podcast interview. He talks about
so
them.
Cute.
And he kind of says like what the inside jokes are. I'm not going to go into that, but it's very cute that they did that.
Yeah.
Oh, so jumping into kind of script and how this all came to be. So,
listen, baby.
Yes. So it was back in 1989, the year I was born, when Michael Cooney first got an idea for this story. Him and co-writer Jeremy Page, like I said, that they're collaborators on a lot of things. They were in a cabin up in Big Bear, California, and they were with a bunch of friends in this cabin, and they built a snowman that day. And they unintentionally realized the snowman looked a little creepy. And so
I love that. This is like the low budget version of how Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein.
Yes. Yes. So they're like in this cabin, they make this creepy snowman. They all got to go to bed at night. They wake up the next morning and one of their friends is like, that fucking snowman was outside of my window. Like I could see it from my room and it was just terrifying in the dark.
Incredible.
So they joke a little bit about this and they're like, you should write a screenplay about this. And he was like, okay. And so he like goes to write a screenplay about a creepy snowman. And so he also cited, so he goes and does that, but he also, as he's like more serious about it, like maybe there could be something to this. He cited 2 inspirational films for him. So there was 1989's The Abyss, because they had a really cool animated water creature that was made by ILM, which we love ILM on this podcast. And 1989's Shocker, whose concept of the movie kind of revolved around a serial killer seeking vengeance from beyond the grave by transforming into another form. So very much this movie and sums it up perfect. So, here is where we get into. So that's where the story comes from. So how did this like now come to life, or where did it start and why is it the way that it is? We're going to start unpacking that very deep, sad,
amazing.
Oh no. So it is kind of a, like, I feel so sad about this film, and we'll talk about it. Michael Cooney is very sad and like heartbroken about aspects, because this film was originally going to be an action thriller, a la like Terminator 2, and had they had a really big director attached to the project at the time. So they had director Rennie Harlin, who at the time had done Devil's Pass, Die Hard 2, Cliffhanger, and then what was Cutthroat Island. So he was signed to direct it with a budget of $25 to $30 million.
Oh my God.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
I mean, like, that's like what this should have had to do it right. Like,
and that's the script that Michael Cooney wrote. He wrote for a big city plot, it was basically going to be like a CGI snowman, like big action things. And so they get this big time Hollywood director. So why didn't we get this version? And I'm going to say it after you take a sip, because you might do a spit take.
Oh my God. Okay.
So why didn't we get the big Hollywood Jack Frost? We can blame or thank Geena Davis. Geena Davis.
I thought you were going to say Quentin Tarantino.
Oh my God, imagine. Al Pacino. Geena Davis was Rennie Harlin's wife or girlfriend, I think, at the time, read the script to Jack Frost and thought it was the worst thing she's ever read. And he had another script at the time for Cutthroat Island, which was a pirate movie. And she was like, you need to do this instead because I want to be in this. So in another world, I'm like, was Geena Davis supposed to be in a big blockbuster Jack Frost movie? And was like, I don't want to do that. I want to be a pirate.
I mean,
so
honestly, I feel like she made the right choice.
I think so too. She looked really hot in Cutthroat Island.
I mean, she looks hot in anything. She's Geena fucking Davis. She's Geena Davis. She's 6 feet tall.
Oh God,
of course she's hot. Yeah,
I do think to like a point she was. I can't imagine what it would be.
Yeah,
at that budget. would it have done? I don't know if it would have done well. So
I don't think
we
it would
can
have made
thank
it
her or
back.
blame her.
Yeah.
I don't think so
I
either.
mean,
I
like,
don't think
I
so.
say that it, like, that's the budget it should have had, but what I mean by that
Sure.
is, like, that's what you would need to do these kinds of special effects, like, the proper way.
Absolutely.
Not that I think it should have gotten that much.
Gotten that budget. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, that's a
Snowman movie.
very important distinction, I think.
Yeah. I think Michael Keaton's got that budget. So,
Yeah,
anyway, some
that
Jack
sounds
Frost
right.
did. So,
It jacks
like
the
I
budget.
said, yeah. So, like I said, Michael Cooney was really devastated because obviously hearing this director attached to it, he was like, this is going to be my big break.
Yeah.
And so he flies back to England and is just like devastated by this.
Oh,
so, obviously, because Rennie left the project,
no.
the budget went away, and then the project kind of stopped at this point.
Yeah.
Which is so sad. So some time passes, I think a few months. He's in England. He's working on other things. Like I think he wrote a play and he's working on plays. And he gets told that Prism Entertainment, who were talking to like his producers, kind of wanted to buy this project and like bring it back. But with a very small budget, like way cut down from 30. So do you want to take a guess? You probably kind of know. I think I kind of said it.
Yeah,
basically.
you said somewhere around $500,000, right?
Yeah, so it got $500K. I think it really got like $1 million, but by the time some things boiled down, it turned out to just be $500K, which
again, it really felt like it started with one budget and ended with another.
it does, and I love that you actually picked that up because it had big dreams.
Yeah,
the
you
snowman
can feel
had big
them.
dreams.
You can feel them, and you
so
like
sad.
see them melting on the screen.
Oh, they're just melting away. Just he's trying to hold a little snowball, and it's just melting through his fingers.
The moment where it really like hit home to me was when Jack is like in human form riding in the back of the prison transport to like his execution, and you see that like the chains holding him are literally just bicycle chains.
Oh God, listen, them just trying to strap this movie together. So
like it's so relatable. It's
listen, he wanted to make this movie, so like Prism Entertainment,
he did,
and that's the thing. Like this is such a passion project. Prism Entertainment comes in, they're like, "Can you make it for $500K?" And Michael Cooney's like, "You say yes, of course I can do this." So he's super excited. He comes back, but then he hears that they can't afford a director. And so the producers are like, Michael should do it. Like, you should do it. And of course, he's like, yes, I want to make this film. So I'm going to do it. So I have a quote from him. It was when he was on a press tour for another film in 2010. And so this quote starts with, Jack Frost was the most fun I ever had. He has so much memorabilia in his home of this movie as well. I'm just going to throw that out there. It's very cute. So he says, when everything fell apart, and a year or so later, someone said, can you make this film for $500,000? I said, well, yeah, sure, I can do that. No problem. No one else would direct it. And I said, oh, I'll do it. And we started production. We said, look, for $500,000, we're not going to be able to make this serious, dramatic, scary piece that we wanted to. Right. So we looked at the snowman we had created and felt we have to be faithful of what that snowman is. So taking it for what it is. That snowman isn't scary. If it's killing people, that's going to be terrible for the characters, but it's not frightening. So we had to take that on board. So
interesting.
They kind of had to just sit with what they had. So he kind of steps up to the plate. He decides, I'm going to direct it. They understand that this isn't going to scare anyone anymore. So they kind of go back to the writer's room, take out all the action stuff, and kind of lean into the fact that it's going to be comical. He has like oven mitts as hands. Yeah. His mouth barely moves. It's like this statuesque plastic snowman that they end up getting made. So like they have to
I love the moment where he comes out and he's like, look, Ma, I'm a Picasso.
And we'll talk about that. That's the only time he actually like moves in a scene is that scene. It's so funny. You almost don't even recognize what it is.
Yeah, it took me a second. It took me a second.
So with all that said, Michael Cooney kind of just focus on what haven't we seen before, and then they just kind of dive into the film from that point of view. So I love that they're like, this is going to be shit, but I want to make it.
Yeah, like, and
so bless them.
I love the idea of working from the snowman out. Like, this is the snowman we have. We choose the genre based on the snowman.
Yes, it's not going to be action. It is now a horror comedy. So
Heavy
on top,
emphasis on the comedy.
oh god, it's I mean, I was laughing
I
out
was
loud.
howling.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Okay, I'm glad because I was just like, we didn't know what we were getting
Not
into.
at all. I have to be honest, I was kind of dreading it, and, like, it
Sure.
was so much fun. It
Yeah,
was so much fun.
these
I had the
were
best time.
we finally got to see these movies that I feel like everyone talks about every season.
Mhm.
So it was cool just to see that. And then yeah, Jack Frost might
It
be in
might
the
be going
horror
into
holiday
rotation.
rotation.
Yeah, like, I hate to admit it,
I
but
know.
I think it is.
It's so good. It's so bad. So if you thought things couldn't get worse, they will only
Mhm.
continue.
Oh, no.
Um, Prison Prism Entertainment ended up going bankrupt just 3 weeks before they were set to shoot.
No! Oh, it so
Bummer.
looks like a film where that happened.
Bummer. So that's where I think they had 1,000,000. I think with
Mhm.
interest and stuff, they started to pay back so they didn't have that interest pile on. He gets into it
Got
on a
it.
podcast episode on YouTube that's really good. I have the guy's name, but I scroll
Cool.
past it now. So the bankers saw, so it was kind of Prism Entertainment then gave it to the banker. The banker saw a cut of the film. Um oh wait, I said before they went to shoot. I think it was, I don't know when it was actually, timeline wise.
It
It's kind of hard to find out, but they either read a script or saw some cuts or
This is
something.
so funny because there was a moment in the film, and I'm trying to remember exactly where it happened, but there was a moment where, like, Dana turns to him and goes, "Did they just run out of money in the middle of this scene?" Because there's, like, one particular scene,
Which scene?
it's I'm trying to remember, it was one where
I
the
mean, all of
color
those.
grading was so drastically different from
Oh, nope.
shot to shot.
I have an answer for Dana and anyone else that
Oh,
noticed
thank
that.
God,
I'm
because that
pretty
was
sure.
so
Yes,
confusing.
I have a reason. So put a pin
Great.
in
Great,
why
great, great.
that scenes might look different. So I forget what it is, but basically someone saw a cut of it or read a script or whatever and was
Mhm.
like, we're like, the banker was like, I'm not funding this project anymore. Like, so um so kind of gets put on this like a little bit of a standstill. Um and so after, so I'm gonna jump a little bit ahead. So
Mhm,
we'll get into
mhm.
locations and shooting
Great.
in a little bit, but for context of kind of like how this arc went. So
Mhm.
after it was shot, um it sat on this shelf from 1994 up until
It was shot in
1997.
94?
94.
Whoa, okay.
So it got like everyone was like, we can't do anything with this.
Okay, this makes sense of some of the fashion choices because as I was watching it,
Yeah, the
I was
difference
thinking
between early 90s and late
and late
90s gets
90s,
wild.
I was watching it and I was like, this does not look like 97.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're
Like,
like, is
I'm
it the low budget? Could they
yeah,
not
is it just that
afford
they could only afford
fashion?
clothes from like 5 years ago? Like,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
is
yeah.
it? Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's very early 90s looking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's
interesting.
especially in the kitchen decor
Oh,
specifically.
yeah. Oh,
A
yeah.
kitchen in the 90s really
It's
can
a
tell you
very
what
specific
year we
vibe.
were in.
Mhm,
Absolutely.
mhm,
So yeah, it ends up I probably have my timeline a little wonky. It was hard to like puzzle piece some of the
mhm,
things together, but basically, yeah, didn't get a lot of funding, sat on a shelf for a few years, and that was
mhm.
until a marketing guy, a younger marketing guy working at Apex Entertainment, which I think they
Sounds familiar.
ended up buying it for like,
Okay.
it sounds like pennies basically.
Yeah,
They like
I'm
found
sure.
this, picked it up, and he was like, I know how to sell this film. And he was
Mm.
the one who came up with the infamous lenticular VHS box as a way to market this
Genius!
movie. And so everyone was
Genius!
like, sure. So they made a few different versions of it. It was his idea. And then he was, from that marketing standpoint, he was able to convince Apex to buy the film and give it like a 50K distribution deal,
Okay.
and get it out there for people. So they were like, we
Mhm.
can make our money back on this. We paid nothing for it, whatever, whatever. So Michael actually admits in interviews that the cover is the only reason it got life and it has life after this. So
That's
he's super grateful. He did not note his name. I
but
hope he's out there and doing great
yeah.
things because boy, oh boy.
Man, it's such a good example of, like, the right marketing can completely change a movie's trajectory.
Yeah.
Like, it's wow.
Yeah. I mean, again, I feel like you talk to most people and like, that's how I grew up knowing about this
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, same. Like Dana had the same reaction too. We watched the trailer and she was like, "What is this?" And then I pulled up a picture of the poster
Yeah.
and she was like, "Oh, I
Oh, I
recognize
know.
that."
Yeah, and so that's
Yeah.
everybody. So it really wouldn't have the
That's
life that it
funny.
still continues to have if it wasn't for that experience.
Man.
Um, and then obviously we know the movie with Michael Keaton, Jack Frost, comes out in
Mhm.
1998. Ironically enough, some of the producers who bailed on this movie after it's lost its budget went on to make the Michael Keaton Jack
Oh, I would be
Frost.
so mad. I
And
would
Michael
be
Cooney's
fucking
like, I
furious.
can't say anything, but he's like, I think it's a little weird
Yeah.
that people went on and made this snowman movie that like is very different, but like
But
this
like,
guy turns into a snowman and that's the journey.
God, it's very like,
So
oh, you couldn't get my film out of your head, could you?
yeah,
Like,
no, yeah. So he's way more graceful than I would be.
oh yeah,
If
same.
that, I don't think I'd
Same.
ever let that
Oh
escape
yeah,
my brain.
that bitterness would rule my life. Like,
Yeah, yeah. So just put that like when you watch
wow,
Jack Frost, which I do every year. I
fascinating.
hate watch it because it makes me cry. But um, so because of the obviously the big change and stuff, so I'm jumping now back in time. So now we know
Mhm.
kind of how it got its release a little bit. So we're
Mhm.
jumping back into the low
The
budget, them getting
production.
their budget, the
Mhm.
production. So they were obviously, because of the lack of big budget, he had complete freedom to do what he wanted.
Mm.
And so they were actually kind of all excited to do that. So everyone he hired, a lot of people, I don't know if Dean Kent or Dean Lent,
Dean Lent. Yeah.
Dean Lent, was set to be cinematographer on the one before. I think he kind
Mm.
of was. But a
Mm.
lot of people that were hired back or came back on board obviously couldn't get paid a lot. So it was a lot of a passion project, as we see with B horror movies.
Yeah. I love that they stuck with it, or at least some
Yeah.
people did. Yeah.
I think some people hop back. I think that's why also I was saying like we get the actors that we do is I think people maybe didn't know or kind of liked the script and wanted to stay to just see what it was going to be.
Mhm.
So I think
Mhm.
they lucked out in certain areas and not in others.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was shot just in 18 days in Big Bear, California, which is actually
Ooh.
where he conceived of the idea. That's where they stayed in their little
Aw.
camera or their little
Ooh.
cabin.
Cute.
So it was shot
That's
during the
oh, sorry.
winter.
Oh, interesting. Because like, as I was trying to guess where it was shot, and I was like, it's the wrong season, but the trees look right. I was like assuming it was like, if I had to take a guess, I was like Colorado in May. Like,
It they just
it
should
looks
have.
like it. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, no,
Probably would have been cheaper, honestly.
Big Bear, which I love, I've been during the winter, which again, I've been. It is very snowy up there, but of course, being California,
Mhm.
there was a drought. And so there was not a lot of snow
No.
that year.
Ugh.
In fact, there was no snow at
Oh my
all,
god. Oh my
with
god.
temperatures reaching in the 70s, as California loves to do.
Jesus Christ.
And because it was low budget, they just had to make it work.
Mhm.
And so they
What's
used
that
a
snow
lot of
made of? What is it?
foam and cotton,
Yeah,
like
that makes a
cotton
lot of sense.
batting
That makes a
that we all decorate
lot of sense. Yep.
with Christmas with.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
it
So
obviously
like
got
Joanne Fabrics decoration,
oh,
basically. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, your grandma's Christmas decor. They
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
robbed all the grandmas in the area, took the cotton, laid it out. We're like, don't worry that there was just a snowstorm. We have snow in this corner, and we have snow in this corner. I even made the joke that I'm like, are those icicles it's supposed to be real icicles,
I
air
know, I
quotes, or
could
fake
not
icicles?
tell. I could not tell what was supposed to be, like, decoration and what was supposed to be real snow. The
You
one where
know
it really got to me was the shot of
yes.
the snowman building competition, where
Oh.
there's, like, 10 like, full-size snowmen
Yeah, and
in,
you're like, "Where are
like,
you
a
getting the
10
snow?"
by 12 square, and
Mhm.
there's no snow anywhere around them.
Anywhere else. Dry and dry. They could have at least
So dry and
wet
sunny,
the
too.
ground.
Yeah, to make it look like it
So
melted or something.
so sunny. There's also a scene so yeah, like, you can really if you look, in that scene, I think you can see some of the snow, again, in quotes,
Mhm.
blowing in the wind on the ground.
Which
Um
snow famously does, yeah.
Oh, notoriously,
Right.
right? We've all seen snow. It just
Mhm.
flaps in the wind. It doesn't go anywhere. It just
Like a piece of
flaps.
fabric, you know?
Yeah. And then there's a scene where the teens are hiding and peeking over the tree.
Mhm.
It is very much cotton. batting on a tree.
God.
I'm like, just take it off. We don't even need it.
I don't
Don't
care.
even.
Like, just tell me that it's happening during a drought. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Tell me
Listen,
that there was snow in the area where the crash happened and nowhere else. Like, I'll buy that.
also, like, suspension of belief. This is a snowman killing people. I don't
like, we're
care
fine.
if there's
I
snow.
don't need to know.
Don't
Like,
care.
it's. I'm fine with him being the only snow in the movie.
Yeah. Totally fine. Just tell me that it's just cold. Just pretend it's cold.
Exactly.
So so cotton is used. You can really see it if you like look. And there's not a lot going on, so you can really pay attention.
There's a lot of opportunities to look, yeah.
And even when it got dirty, they said they couldn't even afford to replace it. So
no.
I think that's why we see like less and less of it as the movie goes on.
They're just like,
Bless
that
them.
has a footprint on it. We can't.
We're good. Snow gets dirty, right?
That's
Don't need to deal with snow.
Funny. Yeah.
That
As the snowman says, yeah.
Yes. So, moving on to a little bit more production and special effects things of this film. I said that's not where the uh-ohs end for this production, unfortunately. So apparently, and I can't confirm this, but it sounds, so I'm not even gonna say a price. They spent a large amount of money on a company that was supposed to make multiple versions of Jack Frost for them to use for production.
Oh no.
But when they got there, this production company only ended up making one. And it was an entirely immobile 8-foot snowman that was basically what they said, 3 balls of foam. So they were like, cool.
How on earth would that have cost any money at all?
I don't know.
Any.
I don't know. I feel like they got bamboozled. Or
I do too.
Maybe they didn't spend a lot of money, but still they ended up getting this snowman that did not move.
Wow.
So they ended up taking some of that production on themselves. And so that's where we kind of end up with the, like, they call it the Kermit the Frog mouth. With the fangs, which, if you want to call them that.
Honestly, I love that. I adored that look.
He has
fully sold. Yeah.
At this point,
who cares?
I don't want it to get any better.
Yeah,
I want it to be bad.
Let him be an icicle Venus flytrap. I don't care.
Oh my God, that's what he is. He's just a baby.
Yeah, he's just a little baby. Very Audrey 2 coded at points in this movie.
Absolutely. So, obviously, they have this 8-foot snowman, which is like terrifying in itself. So they have this prop that can't move because of the size. And so the only time he moves is, like you pointed out, when he goes, "Look, Ma, I'm a Picasso." And he kind of like explodes, puts himself back together. And so that's the only scene we see. There's a stunt man in there. And so that's why we kind of see him waddle, but he like couldn't see, barely could move.
Which is perfect for the character.
I'm like, put him on a skateboard. Just zoom him across. No one's gonna care. We don't need to do that to a stunt man.
So funny. Well, I mean, at that point, like, his eyes and his carrot are all over the place. So, like, he can't see. I buy it.
Pull him on a string. It's fine. It's okay. And here, so we can pull out a pin now. Again, like I said, the budget, everything kind of crumbled, but they were like, we are going to make this film. So if you notice some color grading issues, or like, this is why I thought your film had the same issue. It's because Jack Frost was shot on short ends, aka 100 to 300 foot leftovers from 1,000-foot rolls that major film producers discarded. And so they didn't know what they were getting.
Oh shit. So they would just probably a whole bunch of different film stocks too.
A whole bunch. And so I guess like Dean like asked for favors, and like I guess got him better deals than they might have gotten, just because of like who he knew in the industry.
I mean, he's an incredible cinematographer. Like, that's Paris, Texas is one of the most beautifully shot films of all time. Like,
I've not seen it, but I know it.
Yeah,
so.
Like the stills, like they're so Tumblr that like we've all seen.
Yes, I was gonna say, that's where
Paris,
I know it
Texas. Yeah.
So that's why, and I love, of course, you noticed that too.
That's so funny. Well, because there's this like one scene where it's like the entire scene is very like blue-green, and then there's one insert shot of a hand reaching for something, and it's like perfectly colored, like looks like Technicolor.
no.
Like, what happened?
Yeah, because they were just like, well, That's what we got.
Oh my god. They're like, but we have 5 frames on this roll.
Get that hand. And it's like, shit, that was our best film stock.
God, literally. That was the best shot in the movie. Best colored shot in the movie.
We're buddies. Yeah. So again,
see, I thought it was like a lab accident or something. I was like, what lab needs to be sued for this?
No, they tried their best. I think in post they were just putting together. So some more fun fun, but there's still accidents that happen.
Fun.
The fun one that's just very simple is the stunt sequence where Sam and Jack kind of fall out of that window was actually only done in 1 take, which I think is really impressive.
Whoa.
Probably because that's all they could afford to do.
Yeah.
They had 1 pane of glass, they just had to do it. They had 2 seconds of film, so they just had to do it.
This is the one going into the truck bed, right?
Yeah. When they're up on that second story and fall out. So really impressive. Good on them for kind of just like, again, like they made it.
They made it work.
Yeah. The bathtub scene, with
what a scene.
We're gonna get into it.
I remember I turned to Dane at one point and I was like, is the snowman raping her? And like it took like 3 minutes into the scene before we're like, okay, yeah, the snowman's raping her. Like,
where did the carrot go? We don't know.
Where'd the carrot go?
So I have an answer for you.
No!
So that one was that one was shot. So the bathtub scene was shot. It was obviously the most complex shot that they did. It was shot for 1 day in a warehouse. It was their only soundstage that they ever shot on. And so for Jack, it was like a huge stunt thing. So they had a stunt coordinator in a frost costume. It's obviously the way a frost. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Correction. Frostube.
John Frozak.
We've lost our
Continue.
So obviously that scene is they're rising up through the bathtub. So you're like, how do you do that? You can't do that in a regular bathtub. Right. They only had this one to do everything. So they had a stunt performer in a Jack Frost frostum. With her, they're actually hooked together. They're like hooked to each other.
Okay.
They're raised on a lift. They basically stand on this pole that goes up 12 feet. So they come through the bathtub.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
So it's a fake bathtub. They come up through, she's harnessed on with like the little bit of clothing that she's wearing. And of course, during this, they're having technical issues. So they have 1 day. This is kind of like their big thing that they've been working up towards. Luckily, it took like a few hours for them to kind of like get everything to work that they wanted to. They finally get it to work. And then Jack Frost's carrot nose pokes her almost in the eye. They have to stop for medical. She has to like go get checked out. She's fine. Turns out she's fine.
Oh my God.
They go to shoot it again. They get it, but they had to remove his carrot nose. And so that's why he does not have a carrot nose in the scene. On top of that, they go to edit that scene and the editor has the same questions you have of like, do you know what this looks like? Yeah. And then Michael Cooney is like, oh shit. That was not my intent. He's just basically supposed to bash her brains in.
That's what it was supposed to be.
This snowman can't move, so he's like body slamming her. His carrot nose is missing.
Yes.
Where it is, we all assume. We all have an idea. And so he's like, shit. So they go back and they film some like contextual scenes to just like make it look like a rape.
They're like, we're gonna run with that? Jesus Christ.
Oh no, you're melting.
No. I cannot believe that this was not the intention from the beginning.
Not the intent. Michael Cooney does say, like, if I was 27, I was stupid. I was flailing around. I didn't know. If I could go back now, he goes, I wouldn't make those jokes. It is in poor taste, but I think they were just trying to like, it's the end of shoot, all this shit. He's like, well, what do I do? Do I let this happen or do I like lean into it? So I do think he like, did what he needed.
I get it.
But he does take it back.
And like, if I'm being honest, that scene still was less uncomfortable for me to watch than the scene in my film where Santa's threatening the little kid on his lap. And it was like, I will punish you if you're bad.
Yeah.
Like that one I was like truly like, I'm concerned about the child in this. Like
right? Yeah, like this one there was consenting adults. So
exactly. Yeah, that
and
one I
it
was
wasn't
like,
the
is
intent.
this child actor okay? Like,
Versus this girl knows she's getting
yeah.
her brains bashed in.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so it all worked out in the end, but he does retract. So I appreciate him for
Love
that. He
that.
seems like a lovely human being. At the end of this, I'll scroll back up to the podcast that I
Oh,
listened to him
cool. Yeah,
on. It
because I
was very
want to
cute.
go listen now. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very charming. So,
Mm.
we're kind of rounding it out. We're getting to box office and audience response. So, it did have the teeniest, tiniest theatrical release. I
I'm
think only in a few
glad.
theaters.
Yeah.
It was mainly straight to video,
Mhm.
so no numbers that I can find from that. Because of going straight to video, it actually kind of like helped with the cult status of it. That's where we get
That makes
that.
sense. Yeah.
I don't think it there were movie posters that had the lenticular. He has one in his home too. He has like the axe and the
Aw, I
carrot
love
nose as
that.
well.
Oh.
But I think like without that, like it was really like people seeing it on shelves, word
Yeah.
of mouth. Um, Obviously the bad mitten effects and just it being like so atrocious is why
Yeah.
people love this movie.
Absolutely. Like, again, it's truly, this is the epitome of so bad it's good. I think the
Oh,
review I gave for it on Letterboxd was like, it's so much better than it has any right to be, and so much worse than it almost was.
yeah.
Like, it's
That's
so
the response.
close. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the response to people. And then it got a larger, I think it's really funny, like especially with the producers running over to do the other Jack Frost. The Jack Frost that came out with Michael Keaton actually did help this film also.
Yeah, I bet a
Um,
lot of people accidentally checked this out at
oh
Blockbuster thinking it was
yes.
the other one.
Oh yes. And apparently, if you worked at Blockbuster or a video store, I
Mhm.
guess there were some employees that if they didn't like the customer, would recommend that Jack Frost, being
Oh
like, no, no, no,
my
this is the one you're
god.
looking for. And then obviously it got yelled at later, but I kind of love,
I
and
love
I would have done
that.
the same too
I
to
love
a bitchy
also
Karen.
Also, honestly, I would have done that to people I liked. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
are
Be like, you
looking for
want
this
this.
Jack Frost. Yeah.
You seem cool.
Trust me.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you this one. So I kind of love that. Obviously, it doesn't have great reviews, like you said too. It's got 16 from critics, and 31 from audiences on Rotten Tomatoes.
So rude. So
5 out of 10
rude.
on IMDb. I know. I'm like, come on,
Like,
come
I'm
on.
sorry. I had so much more fun watching this film. Like, is it perfect? No, but neither is mine. And that got at least like a
Yeah,
55. Come on.
it was just like all the just the lack of money, but the gusto and the heart
Yeah. It's
that you can
really,
tell went into it.
it really has big, like, let's make a movie, fellas type of energy. And I
And it
love
was.
that. Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't think I put it in my notes or brought it up. I like briefly kind of glossed over it, but Michael Cooney talks about because the budget was lower,
Hmm.
he couldn't afford to pay everyone what he wanted, but he made sure he was like, no, but know that I tried to pay everyone on this no matter what. And he was like,
I
it really just
love
was people
that.
being like, this is okay, like I'll take a hit
Hmm.
just to make this with you. So I you could feel the love in it. And again, like
Yeah.
it has no right to be. I think yours was definitely more cinematic looking and felt like
Yeah.
a film.
It
Um,
does. But like there are shots from years that are gonna stick in my head much more.
yeah.
Like,
Yay.
yeah.
Jack
Yeah.
Frost,
Yeah.
man. So I did bring in like I'm literally have two more things. So it has a 2.4 rating on Letterboxd. There's not many reviews. I think we're one
Rude.
of like 20 reviews on there.
Yeah, that
But I
sounds
have
right.
two and they kind of made me chuckle. One gives it 1.5 stars.
Hmm.
They
Hmm.
said, I knew this was going to be bad, but I didn't realize it was going to be straight up shit.
No,
Rude.
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 I will say when I was writing reviews, I looked through a couple of them and I saw there are a whole bunch of people who gave it 1 star but a heart, and I've like never seen that before.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this is truly a 1 star heart film.
Yeah, it
Um
really is. This person gave it half a star. They said, I turned this on thinking it was the other Jack Frost movie.
no.
Angry and defeated. I did not finish, only to come on here to realize my mistake. We will be watching the correct one shortly, which I feel like shame, shame, but also watch them
Yeah.
both. But shame,
Watch them
shame.
both.
And watch the other one knowing that if we didn't
Yes.
have this Jack Frost, we would
Yeah.
not have the
They
Michael Keaton Jack
they're
Frost.
relatives.
Yeah,
They're cousins.
absolutely.
That's so
This Jack
funny.
Frost scooted, so that Jack Frost could
this
also
Jack
scoot.
Frost was a Picasso, so that Jack Frost could be a snowman.
This Jack Frost was frozen, so the other one could move. I don't know.
Exactly. Something along those lines. We'll
moving on.
workshop that and come back to you.
So, there's, I guess, like the VHS and the DVD, like they don't like make that, they don't produce them anymore anywhere. I think if you're gonna buy them, people like rip the version. You can buy them on smaller media websites. But in 2016, Vinegar Syndrome actually released the film for the first time on Blu-ray.
Good. It deserves it.
I know. I was really happy to see that. So they remastered it in a 2K presentation.
Amazing.
The special features, which I want to get now, includes audio commentary, a video introduction by director Michael Cuny, and a video interview with actor Scott McDonald and DP Dean Lent. So,
amazing. That sounds amazing.
Get my hands on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is Jack Frost.
Wow. I love that yours got picked up by Vinegar Syndrome and mine got redistributed by Fangoria. Like, I love that they both got reappreciated.
It makes me really, it makes me really happy to see because, again, yours, it makes so much sense with the amount of controversy. I am like gagged.
Yeah.
At the amount of controversy yours got, because I didn't know that's why people talk about it so much.
Yeah, it's not about anything on screen. It's about all of the stuff off screen.
Yeah, so it was funny, and then just the shit show that was Jack Frost, the little engine,
the glorious shit show. I gave it 3 stars actually. I was one of the higher reviews.
I mean, it's so bad it's good. It really is.
It really is.
I don't know. Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, like if it's not for you, it's not for you. But like if you like
the podcast, you're gonna like this movie.
If you like the podcast, you're gonna like this movie. I feel like if you liked All Cheerleaders Die, you're gonna like this movie. Like it feels very much like in that kind of camp of like.
It's also true camp because well, it was trying. Like I feel like everyone was trying to take it seriously. Obviously, they wrote into a comedy, but like everyone tried to take it seriously as much as they could.
True camp,
and it's true camp.
True camp. Yeah, so, Susan Sontag would be so pleased.
True. That's always the way I think of it. Every time I say camp, I feel like I gaslight
There's like
myself.
a little Susan Sontag that pops up in the back of your
head.
And
I kind of hate it now, to be fair.
I'm like, so sorry.
That's not my definition of camp.
Yeah, she uses it in such a different sense than most of us do. But, you know, she's Susan Sontag, so we have to acknowledge
She haunts me, so thank you, Siena.
Susan Sontag. I'm so sorry.
These were so back.
This was fun. So holiday, so cozy. Yeah. I'm like, this was a really nice pairing for us to start the new setup in.
I know. I hope no one notices audio. Like we're still, figuring things out, but I feel like hopefully no one notices anything on that end. Visuals look a little different, but we got our red curtain,
but not that different. Yeah, we've got our proper, our full lighting set up on each of our sides. Oh, and I also wanted to say thank you to all of you who listened to us last episode talk about the fact that we're self-funded now and stepped up. So thank you, new supporter Marcus. We appreciate it. And
thank you so much.
Yeah, and any other folks who are looking to keep enjoying us talking about weird horror movies, if you have the means. Where is our donation link? Where does that live, Al? I should know this.
All of our so we have a link tree. It's linktree/Splice Splatter pod. So but it's in all of our social media bios. So if you're on anywhere, if you're on YouTube, if you're on if you're listening to this on Apple, I think, or any like listening platforms, there should be a link tree link. If you're on any of our social media platforms, it's in our bio. It'll lead you right there, and that's where also you can find us on other things. So it's there and it's appreciated, and even $3 a month
makes a big
super
difference.
Helpful.
It truly does. We are so lucky to be able to continue doing it, and also all of you who have stepped up, that like gives us the sense of security of like, okay, we're not going to be like losing money every month just to do this. That like makes a big difference for us.
We're like, we could break it even on cost.
That's all. That's all we care about. Like, we're not here trying to be millionaires off of talking about horror movies. It would be nice, but like the fact that y'all are helping us like keep it afloat. Thank you.
You guys care enough.
It's such a wonderful Christmas present, holiday present, whatever y'all are celebrating. Oh my god, this reminds me of, I need to put a pin in for next holiday special, we
Oh,
have
yeah.
to cover Hanukkah the horror movie.
We
It
do, yeah, that
looks
was when we toyed around
so
instead of Jack
funny.
Frost.
Yeah, it's I have
You said it
no
has, Sid Haig, right,
it
in
has
it?
Sid Haig in it,
Yeah.
and the cover I didn't watch a trailer, but the cover image is like a Hanukkah menorah, except the hand is made of like a skeleton the menorah is made of like a skeleton hand.
Oh my god, amazing,
It
yeah.
looks so delightful. So gonna
Yeah.
have to do that next year.
Yes,
But
I was
Al,
actually, speaking of bones really quick, I wanna
yes,
shout out,
please.
like, a friend of the pod, Rocky
Yeah.
Faulkner, who does
Yes.
special effects. He did special effects for, like, Saw, and
He's
he's
amazing.
insane. I met him in a garage sale, that's how I met him
That's so
and
funny.
whatever. But he is one of the fingers in the Identity poster.
Yes.
And he commented that, and I was like, "Of course you are. He is
Of
in everything.
course. Yeah.
Everyone go follow him and look him up. He is
Look at Rocky's work. It's
incredible.
really
He's
good.
been a big
Yeah.
supporter, kind of on the ground of us, and I always
Mhm.
thought what we're doing is really cool. So one day we'll have him on here because
Yeah.
he
Really want to have him as a
really
guest.
loves talking about what he does. So, but yeah, I just wanted to say like that was a really cool comment of like 1 degree
Mhm.
separation from a movie
Yeah, from
we just
Identity.
covered. Yeah,
And look at that. There's an identity connection in this one too. It's so weird.
yeah,
Yeah,
weird,
that
super weird,
gagged me.
right? Yeah,
Um,
but yeah,
yeah.
next episode, I'm
Yeah, I'm
so
so
excited.
excited.
We've
Yeah.
talked about the one you're gonna cover because it's
Mhm.
like one of my favorite movies of all time because it's
I'm so
so
excited.
fucked up,
So up my
but it's
alley.
perfect for after the holidays.
Yeah, well, we were saying they feel like very January movies.
Yeah, and
It
like the like death of all the holidays and exciting things is we're getting
Mhm.
into like if you live in a state that gets winter and dark. I just
Mhm.
saw the sun yesterday for the first time in 2 weeks, so I am there now. We're covering very dark,
Dark
fucked up
films in every
movies.
sense, physically,
Yeah.
emotionally, psychologically. So I'm finally getting the chance to watch The
I'm so
Descent. I've
excited.
been looking for this is another one that I've like saved for the right time on the podcast because like I know from the little I know about it, it seems very up my alley.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. And I will be doing As Above, So Below, which I also love. I've seen a lot
Yes.
less, but we're going into the deep dark caverns
That
and
one's
having an awful
Paris
time.
Catacombs, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Oh,
I'm
that's
really excited
fun.
about
That's
it.
really
So
fun.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm
these will be fun.
extremely stoked for that. And again, like the descent, like going deep down into the depths, that's so
Hmm.
January. That's
Yeah,
we're
absolutely.
all gonna
So
be there, baby.
sorry, we're not
Um,
bringing you out. We're dragging you down.
we're dragging you down. Yeah, follow that up with like a drag me to hell pairing.
Yeah. So good. Yeah, I'm excited
Ugh,
about those. So yeah, thank you again to everyone who supports us. Please
yeah.
share. It's really
Yeah.
cool to see how much we've grown. We kind of did our
It's
Spotify Wrapped, which was
wild.
insane.
Wild.
Um, to learn how many of you are listening to us and how many of you discovered us in the last year. So sharing
Yeah.
is like the coolest thing. It means that you actually really like what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we're taking this on ourselves now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing it because we love it.
And so if
Truly.
if you're somebody who can't support the podcast financially, that's a really great way to show the love. That
Yeah.
helps us as much. It
Immensely.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Immensely. So yeah, appreciate all the shares
Mm-hmm.
and listening. It's just really cool
Yeah.
to kind of grow this pod fam. I would say also too, me and Sienna are still a last shout out. We're still looking to kind of do pop-ups and
Mm-hmm.
do things. So if you're in New Mexico or now in Michigan and you know of people or things where you want to see us or just kind of DM us somewhere and let
Yeah.
us
Hit
know.
us
So
up.
we're not stopping.
Yeah. And we have so much merch. So
Yeah, we have a lot
yeah.
of merch. Yeah,
Yeah.
new posters that I want to work on for us. So
Yes. Ooh, I bet you could
yeah.
do some cool ones for the next pairing too.
Oh my
Those
gosh,
I
yes.
feel like there's some good imagery to play with.
Just me crying.
Yes, perfect.
In the corner. In the poster. Yeah, no,
The Descent
I'm
of Al.
listen, it's been if people can't tell by this episode, I feel like I am just I don't know it's dark in here. I have no idea what time it is anymore. The sun's probably gone. I am
So
descending into
disorienting.
madness. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited for these ones and excited that we did our first at home.
Me
So I'm
too.
gonna say
Round
thank
of applause
you
to our team.
to us. And
Yeah.
Trav is on the other side of this. We also had Dana
Yeah.
help Siena set up everything.
Yeah,
so
I wanted to say
appreciate her a
first
lot.
official post-episode shout out to Dana Sanama, my partner, for getting my side of the camera and lighting and everything set up. Really excited that I get to officially call her part of the team now. She's been giving little Dana points for many months now, so that's really cool. Thank you to Travis Fowler for holding down the fort, basically like shouldering getting this off the ground from our homes.
Yeah, he's the momager in the background.
Yeah, he really is. We love you, our momager. We crave your approval. We're terrified of your disapproval.
He said, "Thanks, kids."
Yep.
And
what else? And thank you, Theo Schaefer, for playing us out. Thank you to all of you for listening to another year of Splice and Splatter, because the next time you hear us, it will be 2026, y'all.
Oh my god.
That's wild. We've been doing this since 2023. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh. Ew.
Yeah, so excited for another year of horror with all of you. And yeah, until next time, this has been... Wait, who are we missing? Nope. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you for listening. Thank all of you. Help! What do we do?
You're doing great. I messed it up. Keep going.
Momager, help!
Do it. Thank you for listening to Splice and Splatter,
the film podcast presented by us, where classic horror.
It's not Gorn. I'm so sorry.
Until next time, we'll be